Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, and 3. Welcome to another exciting episode of Old Man versus the Meta, City of Heroes Edition. Let's see if we can kind of get this party started here. Salutations, my name is Phil, aka JCServant. Welcome to another exciting episode of Fallout Queen. And we're going to do another story arc on the march to level 50 here, the slow march here. Got plenty of money in the old bank account, so that's good. Let's just check the old enhancements. It's been a while since I played, so I just like to see we got a couple of empty spots there for some accuracies, I think. Or some recharge reduction. Ooh. More chain lightning, maybe? Storm Cell. Yeah, Storm Cell doesn't really need... I didn't even realize it was an auto hit here. Well, I don't know why I put an extra one there. I never realized Storm Cell had problems hitting, but we'll put accuracies in them. Oh, I wasn't going to put anything in until she hit level 22. Now I remember. Alright, well let's just head to Oro then and get our next story arc on here. Gotta make that a little bigger. Got all kinds of things in a way. I don't even know if people really need to see my powers or not, but there we go. Just in case my big fat head from my logo's in the way now. Haha. Well, that's just tough. Alright. Let's see what we got here. We did all those. We did all of these. We've done that. We are doing, well, that's right, did a Vazalak pollutant plot. Did it in record time, just about. So it must be time to go on to the Vazalak Plague. Look, the city council wants to keep this quiet. There's been a rash of mysterious illnesses in the past few days, and a few cases have already proved fatal. We're not sure what this disease is, but it's quite virulent. If something isn't done soon, we'll be living in a ghost town. We do have good evidence that the illness is connected with the Vazalak zombies. I need you to take the scanning device and use it on any Vazalak you see. We need all the data we can get. It helps if we hit the accept button. And for this we need to defeat 15 Vazalak. I think there's Vazalak in Perez. I don't think it matters where I beat the Vazalak. So I'm thinking about going to Perez and just trash a bunch over there. We'll head on over to Fallout Queen. Got some positive feedback on this new artwork here that I got there in the corner. Well, let's say the corner. She's taking up the whole right side of the screen there, but you know, it would help is if I went the right direction when I'm flying to Perez. I'm easily sidetracked. But yes, I got some positive feedback on the art. Glad you guys like it. Every once in a while I like to go through my more played characters and just refresh their artwork, because I know you guys see their artwork a lot, so it's nice to get something up there fresh for you. Let me just check really quick. Sometimes you get a Vazalak or two up there. Can I click on you guys? Click? Click on you guys? Let me in. Let me into Perez. Okay. Yeah, so for those of you who might be watching this on the internet, as always, well, not always, but a lot of these videos I do stream while I'm recording them, so you can always keep an eye on the YouTube emails and stuff, and if you're subscribed, it does send out an email I only know this because I'm subscribed to myself and it works out pretty well. There's a whole bunch of Ozolok right there. We're going to find out if we can't electrify a whole bunch of these guys at once. Yeah, what do you know? That's counting. And that's how you do a whole bunch at once. When in doubt, go to, and you're looking for some Ozolok, go to Perez Park. Just got a whole bunch of them just hanging out here, waiting to be zapped. Waiting to be blown away, zapped. There we go. See, it's really that easy. Oh, she's in Skyway City. That's not easy. Especially from Perez. Let's see if I can long range over to Skyway. Just occurred to me I might have been able to go back to Oro, but maybe not that quick. Oro's probably still on cooldown. Return to your contact. Hope y'all are having a good evening if you are joining me on the live stream. Lately, we've been talking a bit about EverQuest Legends. Now, I've never played EverQuest. EverQuest Legends, you know, it's so basically it's kind of a reimagining of the original game. Well, let me read this and I'll talk more about it. Thanks for scanning those Ozolok, Fella Queen. If they were carriers of the strange new disease, this data will be invaluable. The best minds of Paragon City are working on this data you collected from the disease Ozolok. We had people over the city scanning Ozolok, but you got the best results. Based on your data, we think we discovered where the disease zombies are coming from. No surprises here. Those walking disease factories have been hanging out in the most unhygienic places we could find, the sewers. I need you to eliminate the disease Ozolok and collect some samples of their tissue and blood. Get back to me as soon as you can, Fella Queen, and watch out for a Ozolok they call the Doctor. He's as nasty as they come. Oh. Well, now I need to go to Atlas. Well, I could probably just teleport over there if I'm not close to... Well, the transportation's right there. Anyways, so EverQuest Legends is going to... It's basically them reimagining classic EverQuest Online, but doing it in a very solo-friendly way. You're going to be able to equip 3 classes at once and be able to solo a lot of the content. There's all kinds of changes they've made. And it reminds me a little bit of what's kind of happened, in my opinion, here on Homecoming, where a lot more of City of Heroes is more soloable than ever before. Now, with Homecoming, it's been a slow progression and transformation over the years. I mean, it actually started with Live, and they were already making this stuff easier for solo people. And Homecoming has kind of carried that torch forward. I don't think necessarily they did it to make solo easy. Maybe they did. But that's a whole nother discussion. My point being is that EverQuest Legends is going to be very solo friendly, and that's music to my ears. Might be worth checking out, or just playing with a friend, duoing, soloing, trioing, all the ings. It's going to be fun for all the ings. Oh, those Reapers just jumped out like they were coming out, ready to go shopping at Walmart. I'm coming in. And whatnot. Find the disease samples. I've been meaning to turn this to -1. And I might put this to ×2. I think I'm at the level where I would normally do ×2. But -1 because I hate fighting higher level enemies. And a lot of times they will put +1s in there, which I'm very confused. If I literally choose the +0 difficulty, then I would think that the enemies would be my level, because it should be +0 levels for me. Oh, I forgot about the self kamikaze guys there. I gotta be a little bit more on my toes with these guys. Hey, Chaos, how are you doing today? Now, wait a minute. You weren't the same Chaos who was here last night, right? Because there was a Chaos online last night talking to me about a different MMO. Was that one of your many monikers, or was that somebody completely different? good. We do have to eliminate all the Vazaloks, so I'm gonna go all power of the storm on every single one of these guys while I'm in here. Stay down. Where is my map? There's my map. Oh, it's over on this side for whatever gosh darn reason. There we go. Let's do a reveal on here. Wasn't me? Okay, well, just to let you know, one of your evil doppelgangers has been running around causing chaos. I mean, that is the nature of chaos after all, so it's understandable. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a +1 right here. Rude. Well, now he's a dead +1. Oh gosh, there's a lieutenant there. How rude. See how he likes some radiation. There we go. Just wait for a while and the Scourge will kill him. Yeah, so yesterday... Yeah, so we've been talking about EverQuest Legends. I don't know what you think about... EverQuest Legends there, Chaos, but it is something they are clearly working on and should be coming out soon. I have signed up for early beta, so I might stream it. You know, here's the thing too. I never played EverQuest, right? I mean, I played City of Heroes, so there's arguably somebody could argue, well, Phil, you only like City of Heroes as much as you do because of nostalgia. Now, I would argue against that for a number of reasons, but the point is. Somebody might say that, but you know what? I have zero experience with EverQuest outside of seeing some advertisements or the occasional short video on it. So that would be a new experience for me if I did dip my toes into those waters. So you played it back in the day. You helped to spread chaos while you were there. Oh, there's a miss. To be fair, I didn't put radiation on these guys. I don't think I should probably be doing that. My stamina is holding up pretty well in these fights, so that's good. You know, I have to sweep through since to kill all, you have to sweep everything, make sure you got it. But yeah, that looks pretty interesting, Lord Chaos. But you know, it's really funny. I brought my wife in to take a look at it. I said, I might be streaming this, and I try to keep her informed what I'm doing. And she's like, it's so ugly. And I'm like, yeah, I can't argue with that. You're not completely wrong. It is a product of its time, and they are going back to the old graphics on that, right? They're not using the enhanced graphics I think they did later on, or whatever they did with EverQuest 2. Now we're going to stick with the OGs. Let's see, we got guys up there, we got guys down there, we got guys everywhere. I think I want this one over here, this one over here. Okay. Trying to figure out where I want my icons while I'm fighting these guys. It's always a good time to rearrange your icons when you're actually fighting them. Yeah, I probably could handle that a little better. I switched alignments of Vigilante so I can run through the blue Oro missions. Ew, don't do Vigilante. No. Just go hero or villain. Hero or villain. You can split batch and forth, but hero or villain. Unless you're specifically doing the Vigilante alignment missions for experimentation just to see what they are. We have noticed that there are certain things that you do that you normally would get rewards for that you don't if you're a rogue or vigilante. That's why you'll notice that on my 52 characters, I think there's none that are rogue or vigilante. Been there, done that. They made it too convoluted, and in their effort to try to thread the needle of making sure it wasn't something that was so good that you wanted to be that, right? Like if you had access to both sets of missions and there was no drawbacks, then why wouldn't you do it, right? Right? So they actually have some hefty penalties in there as a result. I should do a PSA video on it. I need to re-ascertain what the big drawback was, but I remember not getting merit rewards for something I would normally get merit rewards for, and my jaw just hit the ground. Let's see here. Teleport the contact. See, the easy way when you have a contact that's like in a different area where you're questing, and this is something they do a lot on Hero Side, and I don't know why. They're like, oh yeah, your quest giver's over here, but we're going to send you all these other places to actually do the quest. Great work, Fallout Queen. These samples are the disease in its pure form. With these, we're sure to find an antidote. I'll get these tests run on them immediately. My friend, you've impressed me with your commitment to Paragon City. My lab techs have developed a number of gadgets I think you might find quite intriguing. And please don't hesitate to call the lab. I'll always make time to talk to you. I'm sorry to say this, but you've been infected with the Vazalok virus. Now, I don't want you to panic. It's at a very early stage, and we're already hard at work on a serum. If you could take these disease blood samples to Professor St. John Smith for final processing, I'm sure he'd give you a shot right away. If you start to feel woozy, whatever you do, don't go to sleep. Now, that's very comforting. Yeah, well, right. I mean, generally speaking, you're in Ouroboros. You're either, if you're doing Ouroboros, you're either doing blue, or you're doing red, or you're doing gold. And so, yeah, and honestly, well, you can't see the red missions if you're if you're trying to knock all the missions out on one character, you just want to basically focus on one or the other, and then switch to the other one when you want to do the other ones. Just go and switch. Just remember, whenever you switch, and it'll warn you about this, but whenever you switch, you do lose alignment progress for alignment missions if you were working on any of those. Which now, by the way, Fallout Queen can do alignment missions. She hit level 20, so we should do some alignment missions at some point. I will if I get caught up on Ouroboros. There's just so many Ouroboros missions. But if I clear them all, I need some extra XP to level up to unlock the next batch of them. I might do some alignment missions because they give you juicy reward merits. There are some really good reward merits in that. Thank goodness you're here, Fallout Queen. Our labs are under attack by Vazalok zombies, and we need your help. If that lab falls to Vazalok, our hopes for a cure will be ruined. Defeat Patient Zero minions in Perez Park. I doubt my mission Oh, I do have a mission teleporter. Maybe I can mission teleport to that. Mission teleport. Saving the scientist is the only hope you have of curing the Vazalak wasting disease, which you can kind of see my character's got the flies all. Fallout Queen has flies all around her. You think the radiation... I guess flies like radiation. I need to rescue 3 scientists, which means this isn't necessarily a kill-all. Usually if it's rescue a bunch of people, though, I treat it like a kill-all, but... we probably don't need to do that here. If it's just 3, we should be okay. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't really have stealth on Fallout Queen here, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. So we're going through the blue... going through the blue missions is a little fresh. Yeah, if by fresh you mean, whoops, running around a lot, because they definitely do have you run around a lot, that's for sure. But yeah. Kind of thought the same thing about red missions back in the day when they came out. I was like, oh, this is fresh and different. Got all kinds of unhappy, scared people in this lab. I like the red side stories a little more, but I wouldn't say I don't think any of the writing is super memorable on either side. So I don't get too hung up on it. Spread out and killed a lot of them. These guys are pretty bad at killing if it's taking them this long to kill everybody. Wait for it. Lightning strike. Oh, there's a science. Look, they got that guy really well hidden. Oh, so you'll notice that my endurance is like being killed off big time, right? So I got a funny story about this mission. So I got the Scourge debuff here, and if you take a look at this, you're getting, well, no, Scourges, actually, duh. Okay, Vazalak wasting disease is what I meant. And if you take a look at this, you could see that it's really hitting my endurance and everything pretty chunky. A negative 15% recovery is massive, right? A big hit to my health and all kinds of stuff. So it really makes you weak. It really does. Now, the funny story was, I was playing the storyline with a friend, and I forget why, but we had to stop before we finished it. And then I logged into character later on. We continued the next day, and I remember we kept dying over and over again because the difficulty was way whack. This was back with the -1 bug, and we had it set the -1, but everything was +1, and it was really getting too tough for us. So we had to restart. And I didn't even realize I had this debuff on me from this mission. And I kept getting my butt kicked. And I couldn't figure out why was my stamina going down so much. What was going on there? And, and so I had to, I couldn't figure it out for a while. But it turns out I had that debuff. And the only way to get rid of it is to finish the story arc. And my jaw kind of hits the ground. Like, what am I going to do? Start the story arc all over again from scratch and try to get through it or what? And it turns out that if you keep your character logged in for a very long time, it'll go away. So I went ahead and left my character log in basically overnight, and that got rid of it because it does have a time limit on it. It does have a limitation on it. So that's what I did. And But then, you know, I started partnering with him the next day. We were duos. I loved, you know, doing duos, and we were having a good time doing duos. And boy, we played like the whole day, and I got frustrated because I hardly leveled. I was in my 20s, and I was hardly leveling. Well, I didn't realize that because I had left it on, my double XP had run out. So that's why I was leveling up so slowly. So I wasted a whole day of double XP potential leveling, you know, because of that. So that's my fun story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, I was supposed to defeat Patient Zero and the minions. I like that you can still hear the storm as you're running around here. So that's a fun little City of Heroes story for you. Oh, hello. Go ahead and kill you while I'm here. I think I had just about killed everything. I wasn't trying to, but I pretty much ended up killing about everything except for this group over here. So maybe if I kill this group over here, that'll finish them off. No, did I miss some other... That's the way in. Those guys are all dead. This is a very small dungeon. Right, I'm tab targeting. Not getting any enemies up on the tab target. You guys can hear me clicking away. Oh, now there's a red marker up there. Showing a couple of red markers, but there's nothing around here, so unless they're somehow stuck in the... Oh, they're in the middle. Oh, Patient Zero. Gosh, the boss himself. I guess I should have realized I hadn't actually killed the boss. Oh, he is really a boss. And normally, bosses aren't a problem for Fallout Queen, but Fallout Queen with no endurance is... It's a different story. Luckily, if I stay here long enough, the lightning from the storm will eventually get him. This is a pretty tough debuff. Guess I'll combine those into an extra catch of breath there. So, Dr. Vasilak's minion made off with some of the serum. Serum 1. If Dr. Vasilak modifies his virus to resist that drug, we may not be able to stop the epidemic. Now that Dr. Vasilak has a sample of the antidote, it's only a matter of time before he can modify his virus and undo our work. However, I analyzed all the data, and I think I have a very viable candidate for ground zero of this entire outbreak. I'd like you to go down the sewers and incinerate everybody you find. If you can manage this, Fallout Queen, you put an end to Vasilak's evil plague forever. You must be careful, Fallout Queen. Dr. Vasilak himself knows about your involvement and may try to stop you. You'll have to judge for yourself if you're strong enough to fight him, or if destroying the bodies is the better answer. Maybe we can put an end to this whole thing here and now before the rest of the city gets infected. So it's back off to Perez Park. Oh, am I in Perez Park? I guess I am. So I have started doing some other videos for the for our Old Man versus the Meta series, right? It's my new moniker for our show, the Old Man versus the Meta show. Totally something, or it's the name of the YouTube channel now. So just being like the JCServant channel. Ooh, well, there's the leech here, and he's a boss. So that's just bloody lovely. Make his minion run to me. Run to me. The Get Off My Lawn. Hey, my day! Lord Chaos says it's now called the Get Off My Lawn channel. That's kind of one way to put it. Maybe if we just say first and foremost we don't care about the meta, then people will stop telling us how to play the game. I think one of the more fascinating things to me is that people would care enough. Here's the funny thing, Chaos, right? So, if I'm playing a game by myself, right? Even if it's City of Heroes, even if it's an MMO, who in the heck would normally care how I play the game? The answer, in a way, is nobody. Like, nobody would care about me personally, directly. Now, people will sit there and put on, like, Reddit and stuff. Well, you should really play this way, you should do that, or whatever. But no one would come and hunt me down and say, well, this is what you should do. But when I started doing YouTube videos, that's when I started to become a target, right? Particularly the second round of YouTube videos I made for City of Heroes, and they got a lot of views and stuff. And then that made me a target for people who are like, well, technically, you should do it this way. And so that was kind of interesting, but I've also got that pressure from, let's say, friends that I play the game with or whatever have you. You get pressures sometimes even from the games itself to do what they want you to do, and since they make the game, they can give you better rewards for doing it their way, and things like that. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. But sometimes you just want to do it your way. You don't care what the meta is. You don't care what the cool thing is to do is. You don't care if it's an event that gives special uber-de-duper rewards. You know? You want to play the game your way and not be told how to play it. Now, here's the thing about, by the way, I often have people say, speaking of meta, why don't you play it, higher settings and stuff? I said this once, I'll say it again. The different story arcs have different difficulty spikes embedded within them. I've shown you guys streams where enemies are +2 or even +3, and then you combine that with lieutenants and bosses, and you can have some very difficult story arcs that come out of nowhere before you mess with the settings and whatnot. This is one of those examples, right? They have put well, is it on me anymore? Let me see, is that what this button is here? Storm Cell. Okay, well, they had a debuff on me that was pretty debilitating. So if you left your difficulty settings at like +4 whatever, while dealing with that, you might be in over your head, just maybe. That makes me want to enjoy the game. Watching you play, it looks like you're enjoying the game, which makes me want to enjoy the game. Which game, Chaos? Let's see here. Talking about City of Heroes or something else? Let's go ahead and infect these guys here. Back from me. Back from me, beast. What else? There is a body over here. But yeah, people, you might watch the channel, see me play something, see if I enjoy it or not, see if you want to play it or not. Other people might watch the channel just to criticize. There's some people, and I understand this, but there are definitely some people who are like, they want to feel valuable and validated, right? Which I can totally get. It's a human thing. They maybe they're not super great at their job, or not respected. Let's put it that way. They're not respected at their job, but they want. So they're really good at, let's say, an MMO. They made themselves. I mean, that's one of the reasons people escape to video games, to feel powerful, right? So they come to this video game. They feel pretty powerful. Oh, I can get my butt kicked. Speaking of not feeling powerful here, these guys are doing a really good job because they ran outside the radiation range. And so they see somebody like me, and they're like, oh, I want to come and tell you how to play, because then if I say, oh wow, I didn't know that, that's awesome, then they feel validated, and I totally get that. I do. Some people are more forceful than others. Some people are polite about it, and whatnot. So some people fail to notice I never asked them for the feedback or the advice on how to play the game, but there's always that. You can't see those bad guys, but they're there. Eventually a lightning bolt will hit them. Any game studios have to sit down and study the meta in order to play. If I have to sit down and study meta in order to play, I'm not going to enjoy it as much. Yeah, I feel you there, right? Like Path of Exile is one of those games. Like, you have to know the good builds and the metas in order to be able to get too far in that game. And it's huge and it's overwhelming. And I'm like, I play to relax, and that's not going to do it for me. So I don't play those games, generally speaking. If your selling point is that your game is really hard, then I generally don't want to play it. In an RPG, it's really hard is code for you better have a good build, right? Because RPGs are all about their builds. They are somewhat based on how well you play whatever their game is, whether it's a real-time action game or tab targeting or turn-based or whatever, strategy or whatnot will obviously play a role in how well you do. But the tougher the game is, the tighter your strategies and your builds must be, to the point that if you turn it up all the way, you are forced to use the meta, right? If you're playing like the Dark Souls of turn-based games, you're going to need to figure out what that meta is and learn how to do it. So to me, saying that a game is difficult is code for stay away, because you're going to need to learn the meta, and I don't want to play the meta. It just occurred to me that maybe I shouldn't be resting when there's a bad guy right there. Wow, I think that just tickled him. Let's go ahead and get a rest there. But yeah, that is definitely one thing to kind of keep in mind, right? In fact, let me write that down for a list of videos to do. Let me just put this down on here. Where am I going to put that at? Put in a message to myself. Find the conversation. JCServant. Video ideas. Why hard isn't for me. Okay, I will do a video on that shortly. And one of the reasons you don't see me, like, remember I had a whole bunch of guys on here going, well, Phil, you haven't really experienced the game to put +4 ×4, all this other jazz and whatever have you. Yeah, the more you do that, the closer you have to be in tune with whatever, the meta is. You have to really know your RPG mechanics and what's really effective within the realm of that RPG, and be able to leverage it, right? To be able to get past harder difficulties. It's just the truth. There's hardly any skill to a tab targeting combat system, it's not really the most skilled thing in the world. In a game like World of Warcraft, it is kind of about knowing your rotations, and those can be pretty complex. City of Heroes doesn't really have super deep rotations. Obviously, there's a little bit of aiming stuff and whatever have you, but that's about it. It's hardly Devil May Die or anything. Guys over there, come back over here, I say. Come back to here, I shall fry you. Geez, you gotta hate it when they got like one blip of life left there. I had to use like a big boy spell just to get rid of Mr. 2 health there. Hey, Grim Dark. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't like hard games because hard games are code for you're going to have to know what the meta is. At least, again, in RPGs, and I play a lot of RPGs. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean I do enjoy finding out things that make me powerful, but if I find a combination RPG that makes me feel powerful, I want to feel powerful. I don't want to feel like, okay, I've gone from dying all the time to just barely surviving. Ha 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 ha, I feel so smart now. Wah ha ha. I'll play games like that on the occasion. They don't tend to be RPGs, though. So I'm playing a turn... Wait, did I hear a beep here? I'm listening for a beep, because I'm missing a body here. But I played this. I've been playing this game called Dot Age. I don't know if any of y'all heard it, but it's basically a turn-based kind of town buildy survival-y game. If you've heard of Banished, it's kind of like a turn-based version of Banished or Against the Storm. It's kind of like a turn-based version of those guys, and it can be tough. It can be really tough. And figuring out what's the optimal way to build things is part of the game there. I don't mind doing that sometimes. But I prefer it on non-RPG games, I think, more than I do on RPGs. Especially games like that, a run will take you 5 or 10 hours. But an RPG, if you've screwed up a build, a lot of RPGs don't even let you respec. It could take you a long time to start those games over from scratch. That is one of the reasons I bounced off hard from the early Diablos. Grimdark, what you playing tonight? What's new with you? As I'm looking over for this last body. Here, buddy. Yeah, I don't think it's way back here. Ooh, is this one of those... I don't think it's one of those sewers that goes to a second sewer. Crafting some IOs right now? Oh, don't craft them, just buy them. Sometimes when you buy them, they actually cost less. I can't remember the last time I crafted an IO. Oh, did I hear it? No, I thought I heard a beep. I'm hearing beeps in my head. Where's that darn glowy? Oh, found it. Found the glowy. It's with the big guy at the end. In case anyone's wondering, where's the glowy? Oh, with Dr. Vazalok, no less. Well, that's Fallout Queen striking with a vengeance there. So Dr. Vazalok is an elite boss. And at -1, he's still an orange. So, yeah, regular, he'd be a red. Oof. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a fight. Let's see if we can fight these guys without fighting him. Can certainly hope. This is where you get your Storm moment. Like Storm from the X-Men. You just kind of stand up here, floating up here, and hitting with lightning bolts. Yeah. Now it's just me and Pumpkin. Oh, he hurt. Let me hit him with everything. I think I've saved some endurance here. There he goes. Elite bosses really aren't a problem for this build. It is. Speaking of meta, this is the meta, and it's a meta for a reason. And there we go. We are done. 20 reward merits in 44 minutes. Pretty good, pretty good. That's a good report card. So, you actually came face to face with Dr. Vazalok himself. Few people have done that and lived to tell the tale. It's interesting they seem to have the same goal as you, eradicating the deadly plague he had caused. I guess it's possible that Vazalok really does care about the harm he causes. I believe the time has come to trust you with all I know. You should take a look at the latest technology at my store. I swear all of them are like hawking their wares. They're all like super Etsy members and stuff. Alrighty. So we hit level 22. That's a nice juicy level because we're going to upgrade to, speaking of SOs and IOs, we're going to be upgrading our SOs for the final time because we'll upgrade our level 20 SOs to level 25. And then after that, I'll be buying IOs, right? When I hit level 27 or 28, I'll buy IOs for Fallout Queen and stuff like that. So, given that she is playing so well and so strongly, I'll probably stick with IO non-sets, the cheap IOs, through most of the leveling process. If I was struggling with the character, then I might consider some early IO sets for an extra boost. But I think she's doing rather well. I hardly ever faint with the character. Hardly end up in the hospital. Because, oh boy, she handled that elite boss. I didn't even break a sweat. You know, usually I have to play a mastermind to beat an elite boss that easily. She wasn't quite mastermind good. I did have to use, well, it was endurance, I think. I guess I used one endurance. I did use a couple of other little protection inspirations. So I'll say she's as easy as your standard brute or sentinel. Sentinel and brutes are like the second easiest class of solo behind mastermind. So let's train up to a new level of player. Yeah, infomercial Barker says chaos. But wait, check out my store. Yes, exactly. Let's train up to the next level. We have Cloudburst. Unleashes a cloud that drops a turret of freezing rain on your target, causes cold damage, while in a storm cell targets experience to hit movement speed and recharge debuffs. And now this is single target. It is going to give them a negative to hit on top of any other negative hit from, you know what, from radiation. It's an 11-second recharge, does 100 damage. This is a decent-ish, I guess. I mean, you're not going to get like direct strike damage out of this, but 100 isn't too bad at this level. Considering my other options are these guys right here, unless I want to go with hasten now. But I'm really not seeing too many cooldown issues, so I'm not even sure I'm even going to get hasten on this character. So let's go with Cloudburst. And slap some we'll slap a damage dealie in that one. Odd that I have no enhancements to sell. I will slap a damage into that one. We'll put accuracies in the other powers that have slots open. So put one right there. Actually, I forgot that you can, with Homecoming nowadays, you can put things into whatever slot you want. As long as you can open slot, it'll move them around. Yeah, I really don't have endurance with the character either. Yeah. Lingering radiation could use recharge. Actually, I would use that more often if it had some recharge on it. Or another heal on Radiant Aura, because that healing kind of is weak. Let's do 2 recharges. Let's sell these guys back, because I'm wasting money here. It's okay, money comes easy. Alright, that's about as good a recharge as we're going to get on there. Alright, so let's head... Oh, and I need to go ahead and upgrade now all these powers here. So if I hit upgrade, it's going to set me back almost 1 million, but I've got 19 million from selling all those doodads. Remember, guys, for those of you new to the series, this is a solo self-funded character, right? So she accepts no money, no nothing from my other characters. She has earned all that money from scratch. She does not do like auction house flipping, so to speak, either, which would be an easy way to get some early funds going. But we won't be sneaky and do those shenanigans. This is pretty much just 19 million that she's earned just by doing story arcs, really. So, and if I take a look right now, if we just do a check-in here on her merit rewards, we see that she has 115, which is, you know, more than enough to get another 20 million influence. So I might go ahead and grab the team mission teleporter. Right, that's a big purchase because that's 10 million. But it does allow me to basically mission teleport, I should say. Team mission teleport on top of regular mission teleporter, which I already have, will let me now automatically or basically teleport to a mission twice every half hour. Twice. Hey Rob, how are you doing today? So generally speaking, if you're sitting on some fast stacks of cash and you're really enjoying the character a lot, I do recommend the team transporter, because it just, you know, with mission teleport, that's only 1 million every half an hour. You can teleport directly to a mission. Team transporter is really meant to be used for a whole team, but you can use it solo, and it essentially allows you to do this twice now every half an hour, which with the hero missions, the blue side in particular, is very, very handy to have. So we'll go ahead and grab that for her. All right, so I think she is all set for this this episode. The Vazalok something or other. Let me go back to Ouroboros and write this down. But for those of you who are watching the YouTube video on demand on this, so this is kind of the close of the Mirage Monarch part of the show. We thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos. I got other City of Heroes, tons of playlists to look through, as well as new videos about other games going on from the perspective of an old man who's against the meta. And you can watch those on YouTube. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, may God bless you. And, okay, I'm not actually leaving. Am I going to buy her stealth? I should buy her stealth, right? I should, because sometimes you just want to sneak through a mission. And it wouldn't cost that much, really. I should. So this was the Vazalok Plague. So let me write that down. Fallout Queen, the because I got to write this down as soon as I finish it, or I forget what I did. Because later on I'll edit that video, right, and put that up on the playlist for Fallout Queen. So if you ever go and you watch the playlist for Fallout Queen or Mirage Monarch, you can watch the whole playlist and you will see their entire journey from 1 through, right now it's about 22, 23 on those characters. And you'll see play through and read out the story arcs the entire time through. And chit-chat about other stuff while I'm in the missions, because what else am I going to do? Or sometimes I just sit there and be quiet because I run out of things to say, which you don't want to do when you're streaming, but it happens to the best of us. Especially if you're by yourself. What archetype is she? Sentinel. This one is Fallout Queen is. So Fallout Queen is Stormblast Radiation Corruptor. My other solo self-funded character that I have a video series about is Mirage Monarch on the red side. She represents the red side, and she's Illusion Psionic Dominator. So I could do a video about her. I need to do another video. I could do one tonight, or I could play another character. But yes, that's why you hear me kind of like recording an intro and an ending for these videos, because I archive. Whenever I play Mirage Monarch or Fallout Queen, I archive those and put those on a playlist so that people can go back and watch their entire journey from 1 to whatever. Their solos are self-funded, and it's to show people that without anybody's help, you can actually make really good money, afford anything that you need to afford, easily solo this content, and go up through the levels. Now, to be fair, Stormblast Radiation Corruptor is actually a pretty darn good, strong meta. But Mirage Monarch, Illusion Psionic is not exactly the world's strongest coupling. Illusion on a Dominator is not as strong as Illusion on a Controller. And then you don't have Radiation from a Controller power set. You got like something like Psionic Assault or whatever have you. It just doesn't gel together as well. And you don't really get a lot of the extra value out of the pets and the buffing of the pets that comes from Radiation or the debuffing of the enemies. So this is off meta. Mirage Monarch is off meta. Fallout Queen is pretty much close to being right on meta. Seeing your video, Stone, really enjoying. Amazing new archetype that is rocky. I see what you did there, PB. Yeah, Aftershock. Aftershock, we all love Aftershock, right? That's my Earth Dominator. She's like the young kid on the block, because you can see I have a lot of Dominators. I love Dominators. And, you know, you got like Polite Punisher. I need to do a Polite Punisher video. He's a lot of fun. Blue Lazuli, who's basically Black Canary on steroids. Cinder Flare, who's Pyrotechnic Fire. And then, you know, Stardust, which is mine Psionic Dominator. My first Dominator that I leveled up. So, yeah, Doms are a lot of fun. I do love Doms, and they're pretty fun. Mini Shocker's kind of grown on me. I need to make this, I need to reimagine this character. This is one of the few characters that I'm not a big fan of the outfit or anything. I kind of randomized it, I think, and went with it, and made it blue because it's lightning. But as far as the power set, because I wasn't sure I was going to like it, and at first I didn't like it, but now it's starting to grow on me. Oh, your Stone is your Sentinel. Yeah, you know, I do have a Stone Sentinel, I think. No, I reimagined him as a blaster. And the reason for that is because I just call him Stone right here. He probably needs a new name. But he's Stoner. But actually it's a pretty neat looking outfit for a Stone Kai. Anyways, the reason why is because a lot of the Stone powers are ranged. The big AoE at the end is ranged. If it's all ranged, I usually go for Blaster. If it's got a lot of PB AoE, I tend, especially if it's in the tier 9 like Fire is, then I usually go Sentinel. Because if I'm going to be in the middle of something, I'm going to be playing a Sentinel. Oh yeah, but the ranged Stone is just, it's rocking. But have you seen Range Dominator? All right, so let's talk about Range Dominator. Let me ranged. I mean Stone Dominator. Let me show you Stone Dominator. Actually, what some people say is the best part of my stone dominator is actually the character art. Here we go. Shabam. There you go. So speaking of rocking, she's rocking right there. Oof. We'll put her behind front of the City of Heroes logo. I don't know. She should be behind it. There you go. Stone Dominator, right? So I got the idea of doing Stone Dominator. I forget if someone said something or if I could just get hurt my ass or whatever. Used the random generator a couple times. I went through the different outfits up there. This one struck out at me with some modifications and made that in about 10-20 minutes and whatnot. And Aftershock was born. Now, let's go out there and find some trouble to get into. We can see how much fun and Aftershock Lady can be, right? Do we have any missions up? We do. We need to go back to the contact on this mission, which is where exactly? Where do I go to for the contact? Oh, I can just look at the contact page. Steel Canyon. All right, let me return this back in, and hopefully he'll give me a new mission. Now, because she's a stone person, I always have, you know, they're supposed to be connected to the ground a lot. So I made her power jumping rather than flying for traveling. Jumping away. Jumping away. My Stone Sentinel. Yeah, it just didn't, you know, it didn't make sense to be right. And super speed really doesn't really make sense because they're like stone, you know, kind of slow if anything. So it didn't make sense to. But you know, I could imagine in my mind that she is using her Terrakinetic powers to like push her up into the air, and then when she lands, like normally coming down from, you know, being thrust up 100 feet into the air might be a little painful for a superhero who doesn't have a vulnerability or something. But then I thought, well, but then as she lands, you know, she'd be able to soften that ground and just thrust her right back up again. So in my head, I could make sense as to why, you know, somebody who just has the power to control Earth could have super jump. The Earth is your catapult. Alright, so here we go. So we'll show you. We've got some guys up here to kill. It's all about killing the guys. Right, really like there's a couple of different ways to handle them. There's like really slow them down, really immobilize them. Then you can go in for the melee. There's a lot of Dominator powers that are kind of melee ranged. There's a few that are just all range, but she's got like what you might see on the Sentinel. With kind of the hurling and stuff. Oh, aren't you cute? I'm just going to smash you on Big Hammer. I do love the hammer, right? The hammer there, smack at the end. That's just insanely fun. That's just fun no matter how you slice or dice it. Wait for it. Shabam. Wow, can you die now? What do you mean I missed? Just die. There he goes. Crunch. Wholly impractical but so satisfying. Oh. I hope Meteor isn't impractical. Well, I guess it is. It's coming into a building. Where's it coming from? I guess you could start asking a question about a lot of the Terra powers, right? Like, how is she doing Earth powers inside of a building? Holy sweet mother of dungeons. Well, that's a big one. Uh-oh. So the interesting thing about quicksand, right? So I'll do quicksand here. The interesting thing about quicksand, if this guy will come after me, and I don't think he's going to. Come on. Don't you want to come in melee range? Well, great. Now you're paralyzed, so now you ain't coming into melee range. Alright, so this guy here, will he come to melee range? I think I still have quicksand on the ground. I think that's what that is. Oh my gosh, I can't prove my point if these guys won't even bother to try to come into melee. Fine, I'll smash you with my hammer. I always love the visual of this little young lady just got this big, huge ass hammer. Because again, her terrakinesis, whatever you want to call it, geokinesis, allows her to like wield earth like nobody's business. Oh. Hey, Abraham. Oh, yeah, she is a rocking character. I have to say, I like the design. I like the way the character feels. It's not the most meta character at all. I could definitely point out some things that don't feel up to snuff. But for the most part, she gets the job done, and it's a lot of fun to play. I wonder if there's guys up here. There are. Should go up there and take care of those guys up there. Alright, let me see if I can make this point here. Alright, so you see these guys running through the quicksand here, okay? This is important, right? Because if I immobilize them with the so all dominators for the most part have a spammable mass immobilization thing, right? But that does mean they can still hit you with ranged attacks. The slow, on the other hand, they could stop and hit you with ranged attacks, but they'll usually opt to just basically try to get into melee with you. The thing is, the slow on quicksand is so strong that they waste a ton of time trying to get to you. And so if it's an enemy that's going to melee, quicksand is just so good. It is just so good. And I've said that about any slow power in this game, any strong slow power. I mean, any slow power is good, but the strong slow powers are great. Oops, that was the wrong button to press. Did not mean to press that button. I was trying to go for slow here. Now, if they're just going to sit there and shoot me with a gun, it doesn't really... But you see how that guy's slowly running towards... Look how slow he's around. Look at how much time he's wasting. I could just sit back here and throw a couple more stones at him. And because it's quicksand on the ground, I don't have to reapply... Now that there's an extra guy coming around the corner, right? I can just wait for him to run towards me if he isn't just going to sit back there and shoot. And generally speaking... If you just sit back there and shoot, most enemies have weaker ranged attacks than they do have melee attacks. So it's usually a win-win for me either way. Now if it's the last guy, I'll just do a hold on him, then go up and crush him with the thing. I wonder if I use a tar pit on dark here. Yes, tar pit is worth its weight in gold. I use tar pit on dark all the time. It is 112% one of the best purchases you could ever make. Now I've stone caged them here, which was a little bit of an accident. Now they will use their range attacks most of the time. Not always. I mean, stone cages is still valuable, or immobilize on your character is still valuable. Because they will sometimes just stand there not knowing what to do. But most of the time, I think it's because, I don't know this for a fact, but I think it's because their range attack is on cooldown. If you're limited to just a range attack, it's the same thing for my character. If my character here is limited just to a range attack, she only has 2, and they could be on cooldown. So I think when you immobilize them, even if they're smart enough to use their range attacks, they're just less effective because they're dealing with cooldown issues. Not to mention the range attacks are weaker. Yeah. Yeah, time powers are also really good, right? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Conk. You just gotta love it when she picks up like a rock and just throws it at the dude. And then we're just gonna hit this one with the hammer. Because it's immobilized. Slows are your friends. Yeah, so slows or holds. Either one works fine. This guy, he cannot get off an offense. He's just been dominated. Conk. Oh, see, I got some ads over here. So I pull this other group over here. But having them run into the quicksand just made my life a lot easier there. Now that other one's sitting back there and just shooting at me with his gun. Which means he doesn't shoot me too often, because I think he's dealing with a cooldown issue on that. Oh, and now here's another guy running behind me. Oh, gosh. Oh, the quicksand just worn off, sadly. Uh-oh. Now I have a health issue. Hit him with the hammer, beat him up all day long. This is just... this is just sad. Little girl just beats him up. Oh, he hit me with his little confusing gun. Bad guy. Bad. Okay, not too bad for a chain fight one after the other. I think Aftershock pulled through that mighty good. The multi-target immobilize or permanent control power. My favorite animation is a song version. Oh yeah, I have that blue Lazuli. I love that symphony. I love that one. Yeah. Will she get Earthquake? That's the one I think I might try. I don't know. Is that a power that's coming up? Earthquake? It is. Earth Control Earthquake. Foe knockback, minus defense, minus to AoE. Well, I'm sure it's coming up at some point. Yeah. It's on the list. I'll have to give it a shot. We'll have to try it out. She had to pick a jump last level because it's level 14. This level 14. So I wasn't able to pick up anything new for 14 because I really had to pick the travel power. And then I immediately had to triple slot it, right? For extra jumping speed, because that's the true meta. The guy who can get to the job the fastest always wins. Doesn't really have any endurance issues either. Spamming out these powers, no problemo. Let's see, that guy down there wants to get involved. There you are. Let's hit you with a big mallet. So yeah, I don't know about, let me see. I think, well, with any task force or anything like that, remember that you keep your powers up to 5 levels above. So if you went into a level 4 task force, you'd keep up your powers that you got up until level 9. So if you took your travel power level 9, you went to level 4 task force, it would still work. The reality is there's very few story arcs, and I don't think there's any task forces that are below level 9. So you could actually pick it at level 4. That's why I pick it at 14. There is a number of story arcs at level 9. Honestly, you don't get too many story arcs that are spread out through different cities either. I think the lowest task force is 14. So as long as you picked your travel power by 19, you'd be okay for any task force. But if you're talking about like story arcs through Ouroboros, there is a handful of level 7s, and they're all in like Mercy Island or Atlas Parks. There's not a lot of travel in those anyways. Same thing probably for level 9s, honestly. You really don't start traveling to different cities until your teens. And then remember, you keep your levels for 4 powered levels. So if you take a level 9 story arc task force through Ouroboros, you still get to keep your travel power if you picked it at level 14 or less. So, yeah. That's why I do the 14. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Posse 1 is 9? Like the real Posse 1? No. Did not know that. Let's see here. Looks like we lost all our viewers. I must have said something to offend everybody. We had like 10 viewers and now I'm down to 4. I must have ticked off a whole bunch of people. I must have said something controversial. Either that, they just don't like earthquake people. Maybe it's earthquake bias or terror bias or something. Conk. She just picks up that chunk of dirt from out of the earth. It's fine. Hello, bad guy. Oh, missed with the big hold there. Homecoming Wiki has Posse 1 level 8 through 15. Yeah, I don't remember playing like a group-based task force that was all the way down level 9, but I'll take your word for it. It's been a while since I played any task forces, like outside of Ouroboros again. Ouroboros is a task force technically. All the Ouroboroses are task forces technically. But I know you're probably referring to like the main task forces out with other players. There is, I guess there is Death from Below. That's also, I believe, technically a task force, though. You just run to the sewer. Great, so there's that. I didn't say anything. I know it's probably just didn't like all my questions. Oh, you're allowed to ask lots of questions. It keeps the chat, keeps me chatty. As a streamer, you want to chat nonstop. You know, you sit there quiet just playing the game. People think you're dead. And they don't watch your stream anymore. So it's good to have... I'll be honest. The only reason I stream... Like, it's a Friday night. I could just sit around with the beer and play my PlayStation, right? City of Heroes is not my only favorite game. In fact, I'll play some Monster Hunter after this. But, and I can listen to an audiobook while I play Monster Hunter. But the reason I stream is I like the people to chat with me in text while I'm playing. Because it keeps me talking. Sweet. Can you do it at 8? I go looking at 9. If it's listed as 8 through 15, you know, basically what it's going to do is it's going to take you, if you're, I believe, if you're like level 20 with Exemplar, you down to 15, but you keep your powers up through 20. If you're level 25, you keep your powers up through 20. And I want to say if you're not level 20, then it might, or you're not level 15, then you might either keep your level or it might sidekick you up to like 14 or something. I forget what it does. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done those kind of task forces. You've been a bad boy. Oh, that's a boss. I am surprised. I'm holding him down really well without using domination. Okay, color me surprised. I did not think that was a boss. I was doing such a good job of it. I've been inspired by, I've been thinking about trying to do a gold side, which kind of forces you to solo. Yeah, you know, used to be so I did a blaster, was my first gold side character. And blasters can be a little difficult to solo, particularly through low levels, and particularly when you're new and don't know what you're doing. But that's exactly what I did, and it was a very rough experience, and I did numerous times, but I also learned a lot about soloing a blaster. And it, you know, you could definitely feel it was doable, and it was just a matter of getting these different powers down and stuff like that, and just being careful. And that's exactly what I did. So now I solo blasters all the time. I don't think you can solo every single thing in the game. I think there are certain combinations that are going to be extremely challenging, particularly for new players to solo. But you can certainly solo quite a bit nowadays, and you could not do that back in live. I talked to a bunch of other people who've been playing the game for a very long time, and they confirmed and agreed with me that back in the old days, you could not solo blasters very well. Like, or they're just much easier to solo nowadays. Yeah, I was surprised that boss was locked down and held like that. Usually with a Dominator, you really do need to use your domination power against bosses. Now, that wasn't an elite boss, and elite bosses are really the things that, you know, tend to kill my Dominators, especially if I'm not paying attention. Yeah, no, she did rather pretty well. So you notice that a lot of my powers, I don't have accuracy, my Earth Assault, and that's because my Earth Control has a lot of minus defense in it, which is essentially the same thing as raising your accuracy. So there's not a metric ton of reason for me to work too much on accuracy. Now I do have accuracy in those to make sure they hit, so that's kind of important. We do like to have that. Let's see here. Yeah, quicksand lasts for 45 seconds. Oh, so it lasts a really long time. I've got a couple of slots here. I could put another recharge. Average damage is 23 on trimmer. I'll put a recharge into both these guys. I think. Well, I'll put a. I don't know how much damage am I getting out of this. Do a recharge and oh gosh, I need to sell some stuff here. Let's see here. Hurl boulder down to 9 seconds. Yeah, I do like to hurl my boulders early and often. Fossilizing people more often is also very appealing. It's kind of your single target hold. It's already at 8 seconds though. Alright. Alright, so that's good. That's set. That's our level. So, let's see here. I'm going to go use the girls' room, get a drink, take a little break. For those of you still watching, you get to decide, should I do an episode of Mirage Monarch? I do a story arc with Mirage Monarch, my Illusionist Dominator that I'm doing the video series on. Should I play a character of a different archetype that you want to see? Or should I just jump into Monster Hunter and do some monster hunting? Let me know. I'll be back in a few moments. As soon as I find the break button. Nope, that's not the break button. Okay, dokie. We're back. So, let's see here. Mirage Monarch, huh? Hey, if you're the one who votes, it means 100% of the votes are for Mirage Monarch, right? So I also did new artwork lately for Mirage Monarch. Looks like this. By do new artwork, I mean jumped on AI and had it do new artwork. So, yeah. Got a bit going on there. Looks like her enhancements are all looking pretty good. Hey, how's it going? Will, how's it going? You been able to get to the game? We're working through some really cool builds, I see. Dual Blades Electric Brute, nice. And Robot Traps Mastermind, double nice. Alright. I'll give this an official YouTube intro and outro and all that other jazz, so here we go. Let me hit my recording button. Salutations, welcome to another exciting episode of the Mirage Monarch. My name is Phil, aka JCServant, and yeah, we got another episode here of Old Man versus the Meta featuring Mirage Monarch. She is very anti-meta. Alright, so I'm ready to go on and do the next story arc, I believe. Let's take a look. Let's just recap where we're at. We're very close. Like Fallout Queen, which just hit 22, and Fallout Queen had 111 reward merits. Mirage Monarch has 134. So you can see that, now Mirage Monarch is a little bit further ahead in level, but you can see they're kind of neck and neck now with the reward merit. So for those who've been keeping track of both characters, Fallout Queen and Mirage Monarch, Fallout Queen being on the hero side, Mirage Monarch being, of course, on the villain side, you'll note that in the first 15 levels or so, that Mirage Monarch had a lot more reward merits. But now that the dust has kind of settled, we're in our 20s now, they're kind of neck and neck, more or less. So their wealth is roughly neck and neck. So there is that. Now, Fallout Queen has a little bit less influence, like 10 million less, because I bought Mission Teleporter. I don't believe I've bought it on Mirage Monarch yet. I don't really need as much on Villain side, because Villain put their quest pretty much in the same areas, and you don't hop around as much on Villains. And I am streaming this as normal, so you'll hear me talking to the chat as we're going through. Windmill says he's planning on logging into the game this weekend. I certainly hope so. It could be a lot of fun. I'll also be doing some gaming this weekend with any luck. Alright, so we did all the 1 through 9. Oh, we have to do Rogue's Contest. I've really been putting this off. Those of you who've been watching know that I've been putting this off, but I must put it off no longer. I can't put off any longer. I gotta do this one, guys. I have to do it. This is gonna exemplar me down. That's okay. All right, this one. Sit back, buckle up, boys. This is a before. Yeah, that's a new image of Mirage Monarch. Probably make it a little bit too big there, but you get the gist. That's a new image there of Mirage Monarch we did there with Gemini. Yeah, she is all about illusions. All right, let's read this. The Heart of Darkness, Rogue's Contest, healthy competition. You would believe me to be a ghoul, and I assume your self-image is that of the misunderstood protagonist, is it? Or maybe the snarling monster with the secret heart of gold, or perhaps someone cursed to a life they did not want. Bah, I'm not here to trade barbs with someone of your like. Whoa, uh-oh. I kind of hit the button there, and... However, what I am going to do is offer you, Mirage Monarch, a formal invitation to a very exclusive, albeit unsanctioned competition. Before you dismiss this opportunity, know this. The victor of the trial shall be granted the privilege of being apprenticed, if you will, to a person with very important connections. Dr. Graves looks around at nearby Arachno guards in a rather dramatic fashion before fixing his soulless eyes upon you. Very, very important connections. I'm listening, Graves. What do you need to make this happen? I'm glad to see that your ambition overshadows your attitude, Mirage Monarch. You'll need both if you expect to surpass the others in the eyes of the one who's truly watching. With that said, let us tarry no longer with this conversation. Actions speak louder than words, and if you try hard enough, sometimes louder than screams. I will give you the location you are to register at. Use the registration console within the gathering place to prove your intent, and I shall speak to you further. So this is, if you've done the twin shot story arc on the hero side, this is essentially almost a villain counterpart. It's the more wordy, drawn out story arc with some rambunctious personalities is what you're going to get with this. So this is an example of me being exemplar to 9, but I'm going to keep my powers that I had picked up to 14, which includes Mystic Flight. So I can still fly around at this level because of the way exemplaring down works. So we'll head on over here, and there will be definitely some more storyline to go on here. This appears to be the location of Dr. Graves instructed you to meet at. You'll need to find the registration console. Chug. This looks like the registration console Dr. Graves told you to use when you showed up. Large flashing words indicate that you should choose one of the buttons below the screen. Insert blood, hair, or hand sample, or refuse to provide a sample. Words stream across the display. All candidates must submit biological samples or face immediate termination. A mechanical arc extends from the console. At the end of the arm is what appears to be something that could only be described with one word. Probe. Before you can react, the arc goes to work procuring a rather painful sample of your body. Analyzing. Matter composition. No traces of no longbow nutritional supplements detected. You'll pay. Genetic analysis. Subject missing one strand of DNA with an early strand sequence. Anomaly recorded. Wait, did you just say I'm missing DNA? GMAP database query results. Subject matches no known genetic match from the SAM database. Interpol records show 2 known matches. Further inquiries prevented due to triple black secret clearance information lockout. 2 matches? How that even possible? Psychological profile. Subject shows signs of narcissism normally associated with sociopathic disorders. Additional negative traits evidenced are the following: delusions of grandeur, persecution complex, poor impulse control, and exceptional gullibility. When have I ever been gullible? Oh, hold on. Final analysis. Subject has failed the first test. Initiate self-destruct. Well, at least you're not as gullible as you would seem. You've passed the initial test. Let us talk. And you can see he's the mastermind with zombies. Do not congratulate yourself too quickly. This was but the first of many tests you will need to pass if you're to win the right to face our faceless master's protege, the right to be our faceless master's protege. And what would have happened if I failed? You would have made yourself useful in other ways. For instance, I could have likely found a use for any undamaged limbs that still remained. However, there will be time to pursue that line of thinking later. In the meantime, we need to gather the rest of your cans so I may explain the rules to all of you. Other rules? I want to answer now's Graves. My, rather demanding, are we? Allow me to point out that currently you are not in a position to make any demands. Perhaps things may change in the future, but for now, you will be following my instructions if you wish to be part of the trial. Now follow me as we gather the rest. I believe I saw Omicor nearby. I'll do as you say for now. So, let me turn off my mirage here. My invisibility cloak. I'm not the biggest fan of being his little errand boy here and whatever. You're to be one of my rivals? You? If you are an indicator of the type of competition I am to expect, then it would seem this contest is ended before it's even begun. And you believe I view you as a threat? I couldn't care less what simple beliefs you hold. What was it again, Mirage Monarch? The fact remains that I am by far your superior on an intellectual level, and by the looks of you, on a physical level as well. These indisputable facts are all that are important. You may wish to spare yourself the humiliation of me besting you by just leaving now. So you plan to beat me with pathetic hollow threats? And you will see how pathetic my threats are when you are staring at your legs on the other side of the room and wondering where your torso went. Care for a demonstration? If it actually means doing something, then sure. Omnicore looks at Dr. Graves with what you believe to be glaring hatred from behind her mask. A moment later, she screams in frustration and looks back at you. I will not let someone like you ruin my chance at gaining unimaginable power. We'll finish this another time, Mirage Monarch. I'm looking forward to it, Omnicore. She just chucks her head towards the manner of the newcomer, Zephyr. And what exactly are you supposed to be? You look like a lame excuse for a fog machine. You should hear what I think you look like, Omnicore. What? How dare you? Both of you. I will no longer tolerate this from either of you. I may not be allowed to kill either of these miscreants, but I will not lower myself to speaking to them any longer. It's about time you shut up. You look and talk with Zephyr. I can't believe you just let her talk to you that way, and you just let her get away with it, just saying. Who are you supposed to be? Me? I'm Zephyr, like the wind. No, I am the wind. Like the whole whoosh. Crash your ship into a shoal and now you're gonna drown. Boo-hoo. Now cry your eyes out, you wuss. That kind of wind, And man, I gotta say, that kind of thing never gets old, I'm telling you. So you're telling me you're the Zephyr Wind? Yeah. I thought it was pretty clear about the first couple of times I said it, but hey, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, and I'm also like the one who's gonna kick your butt in the competition too. Wait, why is the Wind you competing for the prize? I get admired, you know. Ever since mankind got all technological like the Robo Freak, it's hard to cause all kinds of pain and sorrow and all that junk. Stuff like making widows, or blowing down houses, or flapping up a gal's skirt. Oh well, I still do that one. Anyway, so to get to the point, one day I turned myself into, I'm no longer entertaining this conversation with you. Alrighty, so we'll move on to the next contestant. Oh, you're not going to hurt me, are you? I like how she's a little kitten on her shoulder. I did that with one of my characters back in live. That depends. Are you Dollface? Who's Doll? Dollface stops short as she's interrupted by Dr. Graves. Oh, yeah, I'm Dollface. You're one of the other contestants, I'm guessing? Look, kid, this contest is for grown-ups. Why don't you run along home? She glares at you. Hey, pal, I'm older than I look. Probably older than you from the looks of it. And who the heck are you anyway, turning your nose up at me, huh? Yeah, I can see you calling yourself that. So what makes you so special that you think you can beat someone like me? Do you, like, shoot frogs from your eyes or something? I have no desire to reveal my powers, do you? Okay, calm down. I was just asking because I wanted to know if I was going to get all grossed out if I ever have to fight against you. First of all, it's not nice to hit a girl, but if you're going to start throwing puke at people or growing spikes from your body, well, I just don't want to see that kind of thing, okay? Then how do you expect to win? Oh, that's easy. I'm going to convince everyone that I'm the best for the job. I'm very talented at what I do. I wouldn't say I'm the best at what I do, but I'm pretty darn good at it. And if that doesn't work, then maybe I'll just stab you guys in the neck or something. I'm just kidding. You got real scared there, didn't you? Didn't they, Mr. Doctor? They got so scared they're going to run away. Just like how you're so scared, you're going to run away right now. Like now. I doubt the doctor's going to listen. I gotta leave. I gotta go and find Crosscut. He's so silly and a very nice man, and he listens really well too. Really well. Don't worry though. I don't know you guys well enough yet. I don't know what you like to hear, but maybe I will one day, you know. And then we can have a real fun time playing together. What'd you just do to him? What little me do something? All I did was suggest to him that he had a better place to be. And I guess I was right, huh? It's a coincidence, you know? Sure, it was a coincidence. Dr. Graves said that there was another person too. Maybe we should go find them. What was it? Cross-slicer or something like that? Dollface looks right into your eyes. I think it would be fun if we all went and looked for that guy. Don't you agree? Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. Hey, Tammy. We're just reading through this Dr. Graves storyline because sooner or later have to do it. Oh, I guess some bad guys here. Bye. So any preference to the type of cut? A roast roast perhaps? Or perhaps some ribs? You gonna eat them? That would be a waste of such interesting textures, wouldn't you agree? No, I have something else in mind. Crosscut stares at you with a gargoyle-like gaze for a minute. Do you know you have very pretty eyes? What makes you say that? I was wondering if I could have them. Over my dead body. Oh, you are so kind. Yeah, okay, we're done. I shall now explain to you the rules of the contest. Now that we've all assembled, save for Omnicord, it's time for the proceedings to begin. I'm sure that each of you has many questions. Yes, it's time we get some answers, Graves. Your impertinence has been noted, Mirage Monarch. Now then, each of you will be given a trial to test the strength of your powers. More important will be how you use them and on whom. Throughout these trials, your faceless benefactor shall be watching you and judging you. Once each of you has completed your test, we shall then move on to the true competition. For now, consider yourself only with how you can show that you are superior to your rivals. I can kill them all right now if you like. Will that work? No, Mirage Monarch, that will not work. All of you are prevented from killing each other upon threat of immediate disqualification and subsequent termination. I would suggest that you all abide by this rule. One other important thing to note, the one hosting this contest, the very same person who will grant you untold power, does not wish to be identified until the winner has been chosen. Thus, this tournament is unsanctioned by Arachnos. If any of you speak of this to anyone, you will not only be discredited, but will forever be known as a snitch. This, my friends, can in itself be a fate worse than death here within the Rogue Isles. You will await further instructions as the trials are being prepared. Now, let's go. I'll see you soon. And there's the first mission done. It was all story, really. Return to contact. Where am I at on the map? There I am. How you doing tonight, Tammy? Playing anything new, fun, and interesting? Alright, fly back to Graves here. And the funny thing is, I don't think this gives you a lot of reward merits at all. It's like a very long, drawn-out story arc for very little reward. I hope you paid attention to the rules, Mirage Monarch. They are quite important. I am giving you my contact information so that you can learn when your trial is to begin. Oh, and Earth, and good luck. You'll need it. The Heart of Darkness Rogues Contest. Undisciplined Disciple. Mirage Monarch, before the first round of the competition begins, we must be certain that the ever-present grasp of Arachnos has not been taken notice of our festivities. Thus, I assign each of you with the task of reducing your profile, your importance, if you will, in the eyes of those who govern the pecking order here in the Rogue Isles. In other words, make the arbiters believe you're not someone we're paying attention to for the time being. If I must, what must I do? You have most likely already spoken with the arbiters that grant you permission to increase your powers. Although they appear to regard you as just one of the teeming throng that litter the streets of Mercy Island, this is not truly the case. I suspect they've already taken a silent interest towards your activities, making your movement not as slight as you may believe. You'll need to make them think you're not worth considering for the time being. As part of your challenge, I will leave the details up to you. However, if I were to offer a suggestion, perhaps you may want to convince them that you are woefully inexperienced. In other words, tell them you're a noob. So, okie dokie. So we gotta go over here and talk to this arbiter. Facing 6-month-old, you're tired? Yeah, that'll do it. What is it you want, citizen? I am not required to speak with you unless you feel like you need training. Out with it already. So, you're a trainer, right? What kind of foolish question is that? Of course I'm a trainer. Arbiter Richard stares at you with extreme annoyance. Hold on a moment. You're Mirage Monarch, are you not? You've already been granted the right to increase your powers several times now. As a matter of fact, I believe I may have even granted you that right personally. What is this all about? I don't remember. I think I may have been, mind-wiped. Mind-wiped? I'm unaware of any local individuals that have been authorized the use of these powers, let alone designed to use them on you. Now speak up. Who was it that mind-wiped you? I don't remember. I was mind-wiped, remember? How convenient. All right. I'll play along for now. Arbiter Richard glares at you. To answer your original question, yes, I am a trainer. An arbiter, to be exact. You will come to me when you feel you can demonstrate increased powers through undertaking tasks that pleases Arachnos and Lord Recluse. If you can exhibit enough gained experience, I, or another arbiter, may judge you worthy of the privilege of increasing your powers. I forget what experience means. What? How could you forget something as simple as that? Experience is gained by combating those that Arachnos deems an enemy, or by undertaking special missions as well. Only a simpleton would ask such a ridiculous question. Oh yeah, I forgot. You've been mind-wiped. So maybe you've been mind-wiped too? I have not! Arbiter Richard viciously snarls as if he's seriously considering striking you. After a deep breath, he regains his composure. I have an idea. Let me help you, Archmonarch. I want you to go speak with Arbiter Unger in Port Oaks. I'm quite certain he will be more than happy to answer any and every question you have for him. Please be sure to ask him, oh, I don't know, any little thing you've even the slightest bit curious about. Perhaps that you would like to know why the sky's blue. Well, then you be sure to ask, all right? And that'll be fun, won't it? Travel south beyond the wall until you arrive at the ferry, at which point you can take it to Port Oaks West. Now, leave my presence immediately. Thank you so much for your help, Arbiter. Have a nice day. Whew. So, our Arbiter, that is kind of funny. I was basically sicking you on a different Arbiter. That gets a little chuckle out of me. You know, recipe just by flying around. Maybe all the Arbiters sound the same, or maybe this one, even though he looks the same, has a completely different accent. Citizen, if you be standing before me, that must mean you're claiming your right to increase your powers? You in no way would be here to waste my time, am I right? I mean, that'd be quite dangerous, now wouldn't you agree? Actually, Arbiter Richard directed me to you. Oh, he did now, did he? Well, is that what you need from me? What is it that he needs from me that he could not deal with himself? I wanted to know how fairies worked. You wanted to know how fairies worked? And he sent you to me to ask me how fairies work. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. Arbiter Richard, rather than answer this pathetic question himself, sent you to me? And he very specifically said to you that you were to speak to Arbiter Unger. Am I understanding this right? No, sir. He said speak to that brown-nosing Unger. Brown-nosing? Arbiter Unger clenches his teeth. I see now very well. I'll answer your question, citizen. The fairies are about one means of transportation throughout the islands that make up the Rogue Isles. By the grace of Lord Recluse, these fairies are free to use and will take you to a number of different ports. You can use them anytime you wish, reducing the time it would take to travel there through the conventional means. Know this, although Arachnos has provided you means of transportation, we do not provide you protection in your journeys. If you wander into a neighborhood with individuals far more powerful than you, your body will be unceremoniously dumped into the ocean. Similar to what I have in mind for Richard when I next see him. You're gonna kill him? Are arbiters allowed to do that? What? Oh no, you mistake me. I would never lay a hand upon one of my fellow arbiters, even a buffoon like Sir Richard. However, I understand he is dealing with the problem of the corrupt police force within his purview. When the Rogue Island police force start winding up in the hospital after a spate of mysterious attacks, well, I'm quite certain their police chief will want answers from Richard personally. And when that's all done, I'll be curious to see whose nose is browner. Now then, I've answered your question. Unless you've got real business with me, I suggest that you go about your day somewhere else. Bugger off. I understand. I'll be on my way now. Now I'm supposed to assault the corrupt cops in Mercy Island by deleting, erasing, defeating. How about defeat? Let's do defeating 10 RIPs. Rogue Island Policies. Nope. Count on one, Rogue Island Police. Be nice if I didn't get stuck on the geometry there. Actually, I think they're on the most. Oh, we got some right here. A ripper. I love the fact the police are called rippers. 6, count them, 6 Rogue Island police. Aw. Oh, you respawn very quickly. That's quite convenient for me. I'm not sure what was going through your head when you decided to raise the ire of the Rogue Island Police, Mirage Monarch. This runs directly counter to your directions to reduce your profile. You have, however, managed to keep the eyes of the police off all our activities, perhaps even Arachnos themselves. Because of this, I will not request that our faceless benefactor disqualifies you this time. The Heart of Darkness Rogues Contest. Skeletons in your warehouse. It is now time for the trials to begin. This shall be the first of several competitive events that will be used to gauge your strengths and potentially call the weak. Let's hope for your sake that you're not the first to be called. That will never happen. Where does this trial begin? While you and the rest were avoiding the eyes of Arachnos, I have put into motion all the situations you will encounter and be judged by. You and the others will return to the impromptu training ground and utilize the registration terminal to begin the competition. The first one to the finish line will be determined as the winner of round 1. Oh, and you may wish to hurry. You see, the competition has already begun. See, this is what I've been telling you guys all along. You need to make sure to triple slot flight. Because how else can you get to the competitions really quickly? It's super important. Am I right? Yeah, you know I'm right. Flying through the glorious mount buildings here at Rogue Isle. We have been talking about the EverQuest legendary, whatever it's called, server that's going to be opening up in a few months. The new way to play EverQuest. And it looks very interesting. It's going to be very, very solo friendly. It seems like a lot like Homecoming has been to basically City of Heroes. Are any of y'all interested in EverQuest Legends? My week's been very, very busy. Thank you for asking. Oh, I messed with the melee attack. No. Bye. Trial marker. The candidates will register. Upon registration, the rules of the contest will be provided. The candidate will remain still for retinal scan. From the top of the terminal, a device emerges that appears to be a robotic hand with a cylindrical end point. A small hole is in the end of the cylinder which emits a small laser dot. The robotic hand scans the dot up to your face, reaching the bridge of your nose, and keeps moving upwards past your brow until it stops directly in the center of your forehead. Quickly move away from the laser. You deftly move out of the way of the dot. A split second later, from the cylinder erupts a deadly laser blast where a moment earlier your head was. Upon the screen, the words appear. Analyzing reaction patterns. Dodge rating 0.32. Complacency rating 1.25. Submissiveness rating 5. Identity confirmed. Mirage Monarch. Submissive rating of 5? Is that good or bad? Candidate registration accepted. Message from Dr. Todd Graves directly to Mirage Monarch. Mirage Monarch, once again you have managed to survive this test. However, as before, do not lavish yourself in victory laurels just yet. From this moment forward, your task will be to reach the corresponding terminal found hidden within this compound. Once you've done so, you'll enter the following code, Omega Zero Terminus. The trial will be judged by a benefactor through hidden eyes. You will be judged not only on what place you reach at the end, but also what means you take to reach that end. One final note, you are still under restrictions that prevent you from killing your fellow contestants. Accidents will be fully investigated, and the perpetual of those actions will be disqualified immediately with extreme prejudice. So I gotta find the other terminals before anyone. Why'd it have to be skeletons? I hate skeletons. Can I stick around near you? You can't be serious, Effort. They're not even really skeletons, you know? I don't care, man. I made my first body. Yeah, that's it. I forgot to make a skeleton for it, right? So don't laugh at me. Crosscut left to me, and man, I tell you, that was even creepier than those skeleton guys. You're seriously afraid of skeletons? That's the most ridiculous. Look, man, if you keep making fun of me for that, I'll go back and hang out next to Crosscut. But since he's further ahead of you, it looks like you'll have to beat both of us, okay? On the other hand, you can shut up while mocking me, and I'll chill out with you, giving you a better chance at winning this round. See where I'm going with this? Very well. You say Crosscut was up ahead? Yeah, he's around the corner fighting some of those skeleton dudes. He didn't really seem like he was in a rush, though. To be honest, I think he was more interested in playing with him than actually winning this round. Then I'll encourage him to keep up the good work. Yeah, so EverQuest, you probably have heard of EverQuest, and it's yeah, it is definitely kind of an interesting thing that they're doing here. So the story here is, of course, EverQuest has been out for a long time. They're still coming up with expansions, I believe, for the original EverQuest, and there's EverQuest 2. I'm not very familiar with exactly what their state is of those two games and all that other jazz. I know EverQuest has a lot of controversy going on because they do have this shop where you can basically pay to win, so to speak, and that makes a lot of people unhappy, but not if they have a lot of money. I guess those people are happy. And whatnot. I was hoping those would last longer. Okay. Anyway. Trick Crosscut into following you. I've been trying to get them to say trick or treat for the past hour, and not one of these little spookies will play along. Now, whatever am I to do with my nifty trick I planned for them? I'm afraid to ask, what was the trick? I have this earpiece that lets me talk over the unused intercom system. It's like the little bird that sits in your windowsill that tells you that you tell all your secrets to. But this little bird tells your secrets to everyone here. My trick was to tell everyone my secrets, some of my dirty, dirty secrets. Can I tell you my secrets, Mirage Monarch? Oh, please, please let me breathe my secrets into your ear. If you give me that earpiece and tell me how to use it, I'll think about it. Ooh, I would like telling them to you. Just me and you, alone, sharing my secrets with you. Here is the earpiece. All you do is say your secrets into the mic. Then when you think it's the perfect time to drip your secrets inside everyone, you just say, open wide. You'll first need to override the system, but that should be easy enough. Now let me think. What secret should I tell you? Maybe I'll tell you about the bad things I've done with the seatbelts or with the doggy door. Ah, the retirement party. I've never told anyone where all of them went. Yes, that one. I said maybe I'll let you. Remember that, Crosscut? Anyways, so EverQuest has, some controversy, whatever. It also has a number of private servers. One of those private servers, I think, is called like the Legend Begins or Hero's Journey. And on that server, they basically recreated the original game, or maybe with the first few expansions, I don't know. But the base game, let's call it, with a lot of rules friendly to solo players, right? You can actually run 3 classes at once on your character using all the skills. And just other ways that increases the power. So you could basically solo most of the content. Or duo it or whatever. Because normally with EverQuest, you would have to group up, of course. So then, but then last year, whoever runs EverQuest sued them and had them shut it down. And it became clear, well, they sued them. It took them a while to go through the lawsuit. But it became kind of clear why later on, because they had their own plans to open up their own version of that. And it pretty much does the same thing. So, but it'll be official. And you know me, I'd much rather play an official server than a private one that's not been officiated. Find the marker before the others do. Did the marker just appear at the end? I am here to confirm the winner for the first round, and as you can see, Dollface has beaten each of you to the finish line. All that is left for the winner to register their name at the endpoint marker. Stop right there! I do not know what you mean to accomplish by delaying the inevitable, Mirage Monarch, but Dollface is clearly the winner. If you attempt to stop her by force, I will respond in kind and disqualify you from the event. I know the rules, Graves. I just want to congratulate her by saying open wide. Open wide? What foolish nonsense is... Let's see here. There's messages going along in the background, but it's really hard to read them, and I'll try to catch up here. Let's see here. I think it's right. Let's see. Omnicore. I do not know what you did to make this happen, Raj Monarch, but when I find out, I will have you disqualified. Then I will kill you. I am perplexed by where this message came from, Dr. Graves says. Well, it seems that all the other contestants have finally made it to the end. However, you are all too late. Dollface, do you think Omnicorp will listen to that message? Oh, that's everyone else, and I got here first. I'm a little confused. Open wide, what foolish nonsense. It looks in the direction of the speakers. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, but it's a secret. Dr. Graves quickly looks at Dollface. Well, looks like you got a lot of cars, Dollface. You better hurry up and get them. I've no involvement with that message in any way or form. Dr. Graves turns his eyes on you. Have I good in mind who might be responsible for that highly coincidental announcement? I'd love to hear your thoughts, but first I'm going to win. Okay, I'm completely confused by this. I've run this several times. I've never been able to figure out what this is trying to convey here. If you know, let me know in the chat or the comments. But I have no clue what just kind of unraveled here. And it doesn't help that you got like this text popping up. Now I have the NPC dialog box open right here. Yeah, and there's some good conversation that sometimes happens in the chat, like up here, but it's hard for me to read that and talk to them and fight at the same time. It's just too much. The way that they convey, information during the game can be very, very confusing, or dialogue during the game can be very, very confusing. But even when I go back and read it over again, I don't know what exactly winner, that's me. I'm gonna go get all my new cars. So she went out to get the cars. Great. I have no clue. I have no clue exactly what's going on here, but alright, enter victory code. Type Omega Zero Terminus. Round 1 victor, Mirage Monarch. Looks like the round is over, Graves. We've been double-crossed. You want our money, you zombie freak, and the cars! Well, hey, I leveled up, so there's that. So I'm a little confused as to what would happen there in round 1. I think there's supposed to be some double-crossing going on or something, but the way that the whole thing is presented just leaves me confused. To say that I am infuriated by the manner in which you stole the victory out from the clear winner is... Well, let's just say it's an understatement. I was so looking forward to look on your face when I told you that you have been disqualified. However, it would seem that our benefactor has deemed your actions within the bounds of the contest. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say, you've officially won the first round, Mirage Monarch. The Heart of Darkness Rogues Contest, Villain Without a Plan. You are blessed with a luck like none other. You know that, Mirage Monarch. Were it not for the intervention of our faceless benefactor, would have disqualified you for the manner in which you stole your victory. However, since it was deemed all right by the one patronizing these proceedings, I must award the winner's spot to you in the first round. That may not be to your liking, as you shall soon see. Let's move on to the next trial, shall we? I can win with my hands tied behind my back. Bring it on, Graves. How fitting you should say that, for it is almost precisely what you'll be experiencing. You see, being the winner of the first round puts you in a rather undesirable position. The next round of the contest will require you to pull off an act of mayhem and discard by your own design. And discord by your own design. The loser of the last round has been given the opportunity to stake claim to a location where they will perform their deed first. You being the winner, you'll pick last. However, I'm giving you this list to where the others have chosen to undertake their plans, which your benefactors provided to you as your prize for winning the first round. Perhaps you can glean some insight from that list that will help you plan your own to outdo theirs. Now go. So it says go to hospital and talk to Crosscut. So now what? Do I have to go and talk to all of them now? I think so. As I fly half a mile away. Yeah. This is probably one mission where it's definitely worth having trial powers for. In the low levels anyways. Ah, my pleasantly plump friend. Do you know how happy I am to see you here? You being so very alone, with that beautiful, lost look in your eyes. Don't even think about it, Crosscut. Oh, I hate to disappoint you, but I already did. I've been thinking about it all day. I do think about it all the time, to be precise. He gazes at you from behind his mask. Can you see the smile it gives me? It's so, so big. Why, it would take up your whole neck to make you smile that big now, wouldn't it? Try it and you'll scream. You were going to say scream, right? Oh, please, please, please tell me you would have said you would scream. My last playthings here in the hospital wouldn't scream for me, and that made me so very, very sad. If you'd be so kind to put a smile on my face, Mirage Monarch, and I'll be very happy to do the same for you. Wait, you're attacking people here? Here in the hospital? Of course. Where else can you find a place where your broken toys are fixed over and over? You can make a cut, and another, and another, and another, until all those little tendons finally snap. And then, ta-da! All back together, right as rain, as my dear old mother would say. Maybe if I take enough pictures for my photo album, our patron will smile too. You're planning on brutalizing hospital patients to win this round? Oh, there's that too, now that you mention it. Alright, I'll leave you to your games. Now we gotta go talk to Dollface. Oh, it's the bad person who lied and stole my win. You know, just for that, I should tell you these nice arachno people that you kick puppies and old ladies crossing the street. How would you feel if I lied like that, huh? You shouldn't be so gullible, Dollface. Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you're the one who's gullible. Ever think about that? Yeah, I didn't think so. Dollface, you're just being juvenile now. Accept your defeat already. Juvenile? I don't even know what that word means. You think you can outsmart me with your big, fancy vocabulary, huh? Well, I'm changing my plan now. I was going to walk up to these administrators and tell them it'd be a good idea to give me my very own Arachnos fly. But you know what? Now I'm going to oh, I know, I'm going to tell them you tried to steal my purse. Yeah. And then you're going to be in big trouble. Is that so? You know what they'll say if you tell them that, right? Yeah, I know exactly what they'll say. They'll say, Miss Dollface, we'll send a whole army of cops and find that Mirage Monarch. And then they'll just give me a reward for bringing a mugger to justice. And there'll be like a parade, right, for me. No, they'll throw you in the ocean for not defending yourself. Only the strong survive here. She looks at you in horror. Oh no, really? That's terrible. I don't like swimming. And what with all the slimy fish she's taking a bath in the ocean? Fine, I'll let you win. But I'm still going to fly a helicopter and win this time. And you can't stop me. You go knock yourself out with that. Yeah, the writing in this just, I don't know. It's as bad. Yeah, it's probably as bad, if not worse, than Twin Shot. It is just like, I just like, you're not winning me over here. You're not winning me over. Maybe I'm too old for these jokes or something, but it's not working on me. Oh yeah, hey, what's up, Raj Monarch? Nice moves back in the trial. So you stole that win, even though you totally punked me. It's all good. I can appreciate a cool move. Yeah, well, good to know you're not playing revenge. Nah, not really. I'm gonna win, so I got no beef with you. Plus, it's getting really boring standing around here waiting for these guys to set sail. I'm talking the big one. All those tiny commuter ferries ain't gonna do it for me. Do what for you? Sinking them. If you only got a couple of dudes on board, what's the point, you know? A good sinking needs to have, I don't know, like a ton of dudes for it to be fun and all. Now that I think about it, I'm thinking I'm going to blow these dudes all the way to North Pole and get them all stuck into ice. I think I'll do it by sucking in a lot of, I don't want to hear what you're going to say next. Whoa, chill. I don't know what you think I was going to go with that, but it's probably a lot more exciting than what I was going to say. So look, are you going to work on your master plan for the contest or something? I mean, it's all super cool hanging out with you, you know, getting to know you and all, but wait. Sorry, what I meant to say was like, you're super boring and totally harshing on my groove. Plus, you're scaring away all the ladies. I'll be happy to leave you alone. Yeah, epic writing here. Epic writing. I got you on the edge of your seats. Tammy's on the edge of her seat right now. So is Grimdark and Willmiller. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Why are you bothering me, Archmonarch? Are you here to interfere with my plan the way you stole the first round away from Dollface? No, I'm not worried about you winning. Well, then you're an overconfident fool. I should be the highest on your list of concerns. When I'm done with my master plan, it'll be quite obvious to everyone that I deserve to rule by the side of our hidden patron. You think your silly plan will work? Only the fool laughs in the face of defeat, Mirage Monarch. You don't even know my plan, yet you already feel you've won. You may have won the first round through deceit, but I'll win the next round through superior intellect and careful planning. And skulk around the alleyway like a common trash, right? I will not suffer your insults, Mirage Monarch. I am neither skulking, nor am I associating with the vermin that crawls within these walls. I am waiting for the perfect moment to strike at those smugglers of contraband that will fetch a very high value once I seize it from their grubby hands. And when I've won the contest, I will allow you to come begging on hand and knee for the scraps that are beneath my notice. And I will deny you even that. So you're seriously planning on attacking the entire black market? No, Mirage Monarch. I've already begun doing so even before you swaggered up to me. What I'm doing now is waiting for my homing devices to show me the whereabouts of their wealthiest distributors and hold them for ransom. Once then, I shall buy the black market's inventory and then sell it for a price that pleases me. You do not possess the technological superiority to pull off a plan such as I have, Mirage Monarch. You should try one of those Benovo Labs hologram costumes. Maybe look the part of somebody nearly as smart as I am. Who am I kidding? You'll be in one of Longbow's holding cells within days of me defeating you in this contest. Believe me, I'll see that it happens. Sound the fury, Omnicore. We'll see if you can back it up. So, supposed to go to the Vault Reserve and try formulating a plan, which apparently is not very far away. Oh gosh, even has little signs up front. Vault Reserve. I don't remember seeing this sign here before. I wonder if that's new. Hello, Mirage Monarch. Please step forward so you don't clog the entrance. The storage compartments are located in the room behind me. Your invention salvage will be safe here. Please feel free to visit our locations in the Greater Rogue Islands. Have a wonderful day. I didn't even know you could put your invention origins here. Is that like a thing? Oh yeah, you can save up to 80 of them. On top of like the 100 so you can carry on anyways. What am I supposed to be doing again? I already forgot what I was supposed to do. Now that you've stalked out the Vault Reserve building, it is time to put together your plan. I would expect... What is that? A longbow based? You must be stark raving mad to do something. No, I misspoke. That is a wonderful idea. The Heart of Darkness Rogues Contest. Longbow goes boom. I will not be the one to stop you from getting yourself killed, Mirage Monarch. If you wish to walk into a longbow base without any army backing, you hear a sharp ringing in your ears that drowns out all other sounds. A calm voice rises above the cacophony, speaking to you. Wait until nightfall. It will be arranged to leave only a skeleton crew on staff. There'll be explosives hidden away in a crate waiting for you. Use them to destroy the base. What explosives? I'll do it, but where are they? The ring subsides as soon as it appears. Idea! What explosives you're blabbering on about, Mirage Monarch. It would seem as if you don't fully work through your plan. It'll be a shame to no longer see your face in the competition, but I will say, you may very well gain a great deal of respect from your fellow prisoners in the Zig. Let us both see what the future holds, shall we? Your next round of your trial begins now. Okay. So we got stuff going on there. Switch on my headpiece there because I'm running out of battery juice. Up, up, and away! You hid away until nightfall as your mysterious advisor suggested. From what you can tell, there's only a skeleton shift guarding the base. Take out the witnesses and find the explosives. Try not to fall back into the water. Oh, there's a supervisor right there. First person I kind of get a hold of. One supervisor down. Oh, goodness gracious. God, that front-loaded supervisors here. Make sure there isn't another front-loaded supervisor right here in the beginning area. Oh, there he is right there. I guess they're all right here at the beginning. Find the explosives in the base. Oh, this has all been pretty easy so far. It's like all right here. Defeat the interception team before they warn the others. Now, I have no idea if they're coming from further in the base or further up here. I mean, the one thing we'll kind of know for certain you would think is they'd be the group that's on the move. Where is this so-called intercept team? Huh. I'm gonna run really fast now. The only problem is they're going to show up and they're going to like stab me in the back because they'll probably see right through my invisibility. Defeat the intercept team before they warn the others. Blow up the longbow base. Why don't we just start beating people up, I guess? Okay. Still not seeing an intercept team. Longbow Sergeant. Aha! Interception Alpha Team. Hello, Mr. Interception Guy. Hopefully you're just like a team of one. Okay, that didn't do the trick. So we'll just clear out this whole room then, if that's what it takes. No, my headache. Defeat Interception Team Bravo. Now, if it's just another group that's like randomly spawning somewhere in this big base, it kind of implies they could be anywhere. Don't see anything new there. So we'll go ahead and look through and looking for Interception Team Bravo. It's probably just further on in the dungeon. Maybe that's the whole thing. You're supposed to like just work your way through the dungeon and find these things. Gotta like that superior invisibility, man. Longbow Bravo. There we go. Longbow Bravo. He's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can. Go Bravo. He's got a big migraine. Plant the bombs. Activate the terminal bomb, something or other. Activate the bombs at a remote terminal. Place gets a little claustrophobic back here. This terminal appears to control a number of circuitry pathways throughout the building. With a little coaxing, you can reroute the power to your bombs. With enough of a delay accounted for, you should be able to set the bombs and to explode and still get out of the building. Hack the terminal. You finish the hacking the terminal, you hear footsteps approaching. You look behind you. Before you leave, it is time that we finally talked. You have done well, Mirage Monarch. Even with my assistance, assaulting a longbow base is no so small task. Scirocco, you're the person behind all of this? I am not. Your benefactor's identity remains a mystery to us both. However, do not take that despite your pains to the contrary. However, do note that despite your pains to the contrary, Arachnos has taken notice of this contest. Lord Recluse does not allow anything to happen within his city unless he's given his allowance for it to proceed. You and yours are in direct defiance of his wishes. So you're giving me the explosive to blow myself up? Do not presume that I think as you do, Mirage Monarch. I am not so low as to defeat you through subterfuge. If I wish you dead, I would stand before you, sword in hand. No, I set you up for success so that you may win this contest that you're taking part in. And as you continue to win, you'll provide me with the information I seek. What is it that you're looking for? Your curiosity surpasses your station, Mirage Monarch. I do not wish to divulge my motives at this time, and it is not necessary that I do so. All you need to know at this point is that you are to continue your role in the game, all the while attempting to unveil the mask of the one truly behind it. Of course, you can always decline. If you do, I believe your chances of escaping from this base alive would drop considerably. I see. All right, Scirocco, I'm in. Arachnos appreciates your cooperation. Now go back to your coordinator and instruct him to look at the smoke on the horizon. Word will be spread that you were solely responsible for this. You'll be contacted in the future for further instructions. And remember, Mirage Monarch, I am personally watching you. So 56 minutes for a whopping 3 reward merits. Thank you. Woo! That's why I say I hate things that have such low rewards that take an hour. And I'm not sure. There is some interesting twist, and I do kind of wonder who this benefactor is. So I say, like, I like it a little bit better than Twin Shot, I suppose, but it's still painful at times. I do not know how on earth you were able to do what you did, Mirage Monarch. Were it not for numerous eyewitness reports of you being the one to escape from the base moments before it blew, I would suspect you of trickery. It would seem you have won this round as well. Do not look so smug, Mirage Monarch. The next set of trials will not be so easy. So, and that is it for Dr. Graves. Now we did hit level 23. Which, number one, means I really need to upgrade these enhancements. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It's going to cost me about $1 million, just like it did on Mirage Monarch. I mean, on Fallout Queen. Well, let's go to the Arbiter and train up. Yeah, it'd be nice if he remembered, like, the thing he was involved with me earlier and made a comment and stuff. Sadly, not the case. Alright, so I need another flight. And another flight. And another flight and another damn night from you. Another flight, another damage. Another flight, another damage. Yeah, that's the flight. And that's the damage. So put that in the flight, so I fly in faster. And we put this in the damage. And I think we're just about done for tonight. For that video. But for those of you watching the YouTube video on demand, let me know what you think. If you enjoy these Mirage Monarch read-alouds with my occasional cranky comments in between, let me know down in the comments below. I always appreciate it, of course. That's what keeps me going on these. And that was Rogue's Contest, The Heart of Darkness #1. So thank you guys so much on the YouTube video on demand. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, may God bless you. Alright, so that one is Rogue's Contest. This is Mirage Monarch 22-23. Alright, let's see what else is there. Oh, we got the Heart of Darkness ×2 next time. So there's that. Yeah, we've been talking about that Hobgob. We've been talking about it. I don't know if I'm excited because the funny thing is I've never played EverQuest, so I don't have like a horse in the race, right? I don't have like a nostalgia or anything for it. On one hand, it looks interesting because you got this ability to put these 3 different classes together and see how well it works out. But it's also clearly a very old school MMO. Not only does it look somehow like much older than City of Heroes, because it is, but it looks like it might be hard to learn how to do things in that game. Very much like City of Heroes. I mean, City of Heroes doesn't explain a lot to you. That's why my videos teaching people how to play do so well. So, but that could be cool, but it could be frustrating. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'll have to get in there and play it. So I did sign up for the beta. If it allows me to stream that and stuff, I will. Or if they let me in and they give me permission to stream, because sometimes betas you're not allowed to stream those. Then, but if I can, I will, and I'll share that with you guys. Now, for the end of the evening here, I can do either some Monster Hunter, or speaking of MMOs, I could do more Project Gorgon. Or I could do Tainted Grail, which is not an MMO. Y'all choose. Monster Hunter, Project Gorgon, or Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Those two I was streaming last night, right? Project Gorgon and Tainted Grail. I was doing some of those last night. Yeah, if I get into the beta and they give me permission to stream, I think it will be exciting to stream that. I always like being the first person to, to be able to stream something, right? It's always a fun thing to do. Some Monster Hunter. Now, should I do Monster Hunter Wilds or Monster Hunter Rise? Or Monster Hunter World? So many Monster Hunter games to pick from. Sometimes it can be hard to choose. Oh, wait. Now you say Gorgon? Oh, no. Tammy, you're confusing me. I thought you said Monster Hunter. Now you want Gorgon? Which one? I can do City of Heroes, Project Gorgon, which is the demo. I'm still in the demo of that, by the way. I didn't buy it yet. I just got the demo, but I haven't gotten to the end of the demo yet. I think it goes up to level 15. And then there's Tainted Grail, which is the single-player game that's kind of like Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Yeah, we have choices. Gorgon sounds good. Okay, so let's take a look at more Gorgon. Project Gorgon. Oh, let's see if I can pull up the game feed, right? That's the game feed sound you hear. There it is. Oh, new players who recommend you start your Avenger on the Strekio server. Oops. There's a new Steam patch which should... Vampires. There's a new Steam patch which should fix the issue of the sun burning you at night. Let's see here. You never seen it before? Well, I got through Newbie Island yesterday. Well, step number 1, we created Talia, the elf, and we did Newbie Island, and we collected this armor and gear, which looks pretty cool. I have to say that I like the way the character models look, and there's a lot of customization in making the character look the way you want. There's nothing you pick in classes or anything like that, because this works like the Elder Scroll games, well, probably even more so. It's a classless system, in a manner of speaking. You basically learn skills by practicing skills and picking up weapons and practicing. You pick up a sword, you get sword skill. You pick up a flower, you get herbalism skill. And this is really loud. Let me see if I can turn it down, because it's really loud. Okay, that's a little too low, Phil. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I had to turn that... The funny thing was... Oh, I see this guy's playing a trombone here. Now, somebody asked me, why do you want to play MMOs in single player, right? Like, why wouldn't you just play a single player game? This is why. Well, one reason why. I like playing single player games. Don't get me wrong. I love single player games. But you get to see like cool things that players are doing just like this. He's sitting here playing a trombone and the other guy's playing like a lute. And they're just hanging out. You know? That's hilarious. Right? I'm not going to find that on a single player game. I mean, you might. But, oh, and this guy's doing the drums over here. They got like a whole orchestra going on. That is hilarious. Okay. I have no beeping clue what I'm doing in this game. Other than the fact I got past Newbie Island and it said to come over here, and now I'm here. So I really literally have Civil Service Checkpoint Crystal. You'll be looking for these. Read info. When you go into designated areas, look for red crystals like this one in order to unlock reward caches. Got it. Oh, okay. But that one didn't have any rewards, I take it? Oh, Civil Service Grant Reward Cache. What bonus pay get paid? You must complete all 7 areas and collect from the respective Civil Service reward caches before you can access this cache. Please check your quest log to see what reward caches you are missing. Ah, okay. Alright, so if I take a look at my quest log, Yura the Hack suggested you might find Davos somewhere in Serbule. She said an elfin town had been inspecting the red giant crystal that Davos is known to make. Find an elf and see if she can help you. That's a main quest. Brain bug infestation. Yura the Hack said that the brain bugs infesting Serbule were made by Davos. Find out where they're coming from. They're more familiar for the notes to search for you want there. Now, mind you, I don't think there's no quest markers in this game, right? This is like the old, I said before, this is like the this is like Morrowind actually, right? You got to go back before Oblivion. You got to go to Morrowind. Let's scroll Morrowind, where you really had to take notes and pay attention, because when people give you quests, you just they would be like, oh, you got to go north of Manhattan and then take a right at the Hook Mountain, and you'll see the cave there, and you literally had to know what all those things were, because no one's going to mark your map for you, right? Hail citizens of Aleth. We are looking for adventures. This is event civil service. And, oh, you can start the quest. Help us, periodic dungeon call. Okay. If left unchecked, the places will grow with critters. Journey to these places and give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so it's these areas that manage to be serviced. All right. Journey to these places and give them a good cleaning. It's not all for free either. We're willing to pay you for your troubles. We have installed tracking crystals in each of the areas to ensure you are showing up and doing the work. There are 2 crystals in each area. Once you have cleared the area, just use the crystal to check in, and your progress will be logged for payroll. After you've checked in with both crystals in the area, you will gain access to reward cache located in the area entrance. Look through what's in there and pick out whatever looks interesting to you. If you manage to complete all the tasks on your list, you may return to the keep and access the grand reward cache located in the building. Once you've completed this Cerebral Crypt, you will gain access to Civil Travel Network. Once you have completed the Cerebral Crypt, that's the first one, or Balgard, you will gain access to the Silver Service Travel Network, which helps you get the job done faster. This actually sounds really, really cool. I've always been kind of +6 live event credits, whatever that means. I've always been a big fan of like chess. Let's try this one more time. Quest chains that have like an overall mega reward. A lovely navel ring with a tumbling in it. Oh, this is dropped by a player, and I can't pick it up because I'm the demo version. Okay, so before I can do anything, though, I have so many items from Newbie Island that I haven't actually sold that stuff off yet. Hob. It has a lot of old EQ vibes to it. EQ is the first MMO I ever played, and I was a kid, so Gorgon has always intrigued me. Well, we are playing Gorgon live tonight, just for you guys. And let me just change... the name of the stream so people know that I'm doing Gorgon. There's a way to change the name of the select stream. There's a way to edit this. Add stream marker. You're the owner. Refresh page. Switch accounts. We got everything in here, but YouTube creators dashboard studio. Okay, that's nice. Can I change the name of the stream? Upload video. Go live. Yeah, stream. Alright, I'm getting warmer here. We can listen to the trombone sounds while I'm trying to change the name of the stream. Stream URL. Aha! JCServant streams Project Gorgon. Alright, so now it should say JCServant is streaming Project Gorgon, with any luck. Yep, and there we go. Alright. Legacy Item Helper. This golem provides a service for beta players. If one of your items become legacy due to gameplay, you can replace it with a new item. Oh, okay, cute. That's not me. Account Package Manager. Oh. Dynamic safe box. This storage is paid for by civic-minded players who want to help the community. You can unlock 30-day slots with councils, live event credits, or participate in community-oriented events. That confuses me. Let's go on to here. Looks like a shop, a very bright shop. I gotta turn on the brightness on my monitor. I'm gonna go blind playing this game. Give me 1 second. Switch brightness on monitor. Whew, good. It's about to burn out my retinas. Alright. Are you a shopkeeper? Welcome to the town, fellow swordsman, eh? Here for work, so I'm looking for a worker. I'm just here to buy stuff. What's for sale? Alright. I'm dying to sell a bunch of my old stuff. Vendor cash is 5,000, so maybe there's a limit to what I can sell them. I just noticed that some of these items are higher level. Whatever. I'll probably get better stuff. So I take a look at my character. One of these is my paper doll. Paper doll, paper doll. There we go. I am using Moldy Ancient Boots 3, 3, and 1. These look like 3, 3, and 1 as well. Max Armor 6. Max Armor 6, value 15, so... You can see his money's going down as he doing Repairman's Moldy Shoes. 3, 3, and 1. Windstrike Steel. So this one has like fancier stuff to it, so I should not sell that one. Rage, Bulky. Okay, we're going to sell all the regular stuff, and then I'll look at the magic stuff. Apparently, if it's colored, that means it's probably magical. Let's see here. Yeah, Hob, so you've been looking at this game, Hob? It doesn't have a monthly fee, it's just a one-time purchase, so that's kind of interesting, right? Oh. Despite me selling all this stuff, I still have a lot of used up slots here. Oh, here's a funny thing too. Players can sell stuff and then you can buy stuff, I believe, used. Isn't that funny? I don't know why more games haven't done this. Well, they usually use auction houses, I suppose. Looks pretty sharp. Press Alt to compare. Doesn't even say what it does. Healing potion for 150. How much might I have? 238. Oh gosh. I guess I'm a little concerned about inventory space. Alright, let me take a look to see if any of these things are better than what I'm already using here. The stats aren't much better. Inventory slot +1. Woo! I guess at the rate I'm using up inventory slots, I shouldn't make fun of that. I should take every one that I can get. Precision Pierce. Reduces target's rage. Interesting. Serpentine moldy boots of antitoxin or something. Smelly old shoes, it says. And then I have like the shields here. Okay. I think I can sell the rest of whatever. Shop. Sell. Just hoping it's not going to let me do something stupid like sell anything I have equipped. Oh, you can give gifts, and good gifts are highlighted in your inventory. Oh, here's a nice chunky meat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got him 2 points. Like an actual bad trials market. Yeah, yeah. And you can give him gifts, and that will... I guess you can give the NPCs gifts, and that will raise their value of you. Oh, I got a coin purse there. Bet you that could be opened up for some coins. 551. Yeah, the weird thing is he doesn't want to buy everything, it doesn't look like. Because he won't take anything else. You have nothing you can sell to this vendor. Are you hardcore approved by activating hardcore death penalty? Why would I do that? No, I don't want any hardcore anything. Oh, these guys have little heart signs on their thing. That's cute. This person's got mushrooms growing in their house, which is good for leveling up your mycology or whatever it's called. Okay, I'm going to try not to get into a fight in town. Spore, Bombi, shoe argument. Augment. So that's Joey. I wonder if there's any other shopkeepers here. I was going to see if I could run, but apparently I am running. Trade. Okay. Shop. Can I sell? Okay, I can sell stuff to him. Now the hard roll, that's a level 8 meal. The hard tack, you need meals, so you don't want to sell those. Psychology mock teaches you a psychology technique. Well, I don't think I'd want to sell that. Lots of spider legs. So if I sell... Oh, so it's five coins each. Just gonna sell all the spider legs. Gonna sell the clownfish. Yeah, you don't know if you're gonna need some of this for like for crafting, right? My general rule of thumb is though, if I've only got one of them, go ahead and sell it. It's just taking up space. Warnings, vendor will not pay the item's full value. That's okay, I wasn't gonna give it to him anyways. Let's see, I need to read the book. You must have at least one level of psychology. Interesting. Now, maybe I can teach you something. Crab meat. Clean and prepare a crab. Oh, that's a good one to know. I got lots of crab. Oh, there's a clownfish, but... Yeah, okay. Oh, here's a cooking pan. Can we cook here? Oh, I can cook crab meat. See, I have 11 crabs, so this is going to be good crab meat. Boom, boom. Lots of level 6 fishing. Yay. So it doesn't look like there's a cooking skill, but rather as you cook your fishing, your associated gathering goes up with it. So that's very, very interesting. So there's storage. Sure, I have plenty of space. You can store some things here if you need. You can store any type of items here. Joe, Myrna, other unlocked storage. Subdual, safe box. Oh, there's the storage box. So it makes it seem like you could just put anything there. Huh, now, wait, go back to the storage chest over here for a second. This storage is paid for by civic minded players who want to help the community. You can unlock 30-day slots. 30-day slots with councils, live events, or participation in community events. I don't know what it means by 30 storage slots, but yeah, I don't know if I want to go out with all this stuff in my inventory. I'll put some of this stuff, this single stuff especially, into the inventory. I feel like some of the band went away. Cover 75, potion power covers 50 power. What are these? Burial poems? Oh, hopefully that'll be okay for now. Fletchling box. It contains 1,000 arrow shafts. These are ready to use. This is not your fletchling box. Okay, that flute's starting to get on my nerves. Okay. So, we need to go to Sabil Crypt. Now, do we have any clues where the Sabil Crypt is? Probably not. Something's happening here. To Kur Tower. To Yamara Labyrinth. To Kazil Keep. These look like teleporters. Teleportation circle. I should probably bind myself here. Binding to circle. Okay, so that's the good news. Dream portal. There's a dream portal here. What is a dream portal? It seems to beckon you as if you're expected. Now, this is what gets you into trouble, right? You're like, oh, portal here. I wonder what happens if I click on it. Miravir. Oh, wait a minute. Why does that look like me? Is that just a coincidence? Oh no, she has a different hairstyle maybe? Mira. I mean, to be... yeah, it's just... I think it's just a common look. Okay. What am we supposed to do here? Wake up. Oh, this is interesting. Burn spittle frog. Pig. The kick cracks me up. Ring Omit. It can be used to give rings a bonus magical ability. You need a saw to do that. Living amulet of max health. Well, that sounds useful. Maybe at least 5 skilled and unarmed. Oh, good grief. Epic wolf battle. You attempt to butcher the corpse, but you made a mess because you botched it. Oh. Oh no. It's a pig with friends. Oh, good grief. Wow. No, run away, run away, run away, run away. No. Well, at least the respawn point's not too far away. So what's the point of this area? We don't know. There's clearly some big lights on the horizon. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go back and leave. I don't know what the point of this place is. There's a big palm tree in the middle. Or maybe it has something to do with the pigs. That little pig by himself's not a big deal. What about this pig? It's glowing pink. Look at that. With your non-ruminant ungulated anatomy skill. So does this purple mean he's too hard for me? I don't know what that purple means. Let me try killing him again. Yeah, I got revenge on all the piggies. Yay. Ooh, shoddy, pigfoot, take all these, butcher the corpse. Pork shoulder. Nom nom. Oh. Oh, this froggy, he wants to join in on the fun. Cobra Strike. Learn some Cobra Strike there. The guy, oh, he's talked to the girls of dreams. I'm glad you come. How have you been? Sorry, have we met? Oh, I remember now. You lost your memories. That's a painful burden to bear. I'm sorry so over you lost. Yes, we met before. It was years ago in your youth. I will tell you what you've forgotten another time when you meet in your dreams. For now, I need your help once again. Golagra, the god of anarchy, is breaking the dream's realm. If he gets foothold here, he'll be able to inflict mortal dreams with madness, driving them to worship him. I won't allow my realm to be used for this, but I'm stretched thin. There are other gods who wish to infiltrate my realm, and I have little spare right now. Golgra knows this. That's why he's stuck now. What do you need me to do? Right now we're in the dream of one of Golgra's scions. He dreams of a desert filled with death. And the longer he dreams, the harder the dream is to stop. He's empowered by Golagra, and I cannot currently wake him. I need you to awaken the dream by killing the beast within it. Then we can work to end this dream. I've called for aid for some other trusted mortals. When the time comes, I hope we will work together to defeat him. Start by fighting back against the dream. Kill, 50 monsters here. And it'll weaken Golagra's hold. Oh, I should have talked to her before I killed things. But it sounds like this might be a group activity. Now, this game is solo friendly for the most part. I did look at that. I won't play, like I said, I won't play a game that's like really heavily you got a group to do everything. Because I have no interest in that. But this might be worth doing with, I don't know, later on or something on Leveled Up. Yeah, it's definitely got like an interesting look to it, huh? Now, I don't know where to go to do. What I really want to do is I'd like to do that one dungeon that's mentioned right there in the right over the civil service one. And so we need to service the Sebule Crypt. Now, you have no clue what this Sebule Crypt is, because the game won't hold your hand and it won't show you with the quest marker where it's at. There are 3 different ways to find this crypt. One is to talk to every NPC and hope that one of them gives you a hint. Number 2 would be to wander around aimlessly, because it's the Sebule Crypt. This is Sebule. It's got to be around here somewhere, right? Number 3 is to Google it up. Guess which one Phil's going to do? People I've seen playing this are all cats. You can, I think, pick a cat race. Yes, but I did not do that. The Sebule Crypt apparently is rated level 15 to 30, which is really funny because like a low level. Well, I just got it here as one of my first quests, which means I might end up dying very quickly. Let's see here. Do you think you could tell me where it's at? Sebule. Oh. Sebule sewers. Carpal tunnels. Okay, there's literally a place called the Carpal Tunnels. That is hilarious. Sebule Crypt, Sebule Gate are to the southwest. West-southwest. Got it. Well, let's head over there. The worst thing I could do is I can die. I'd like to be a spellcaster, but I have found nothing so far that lets me cast any spells. I'm not even sure if there's spellcasting in the game. Well, there is there. Let's see here. Paper doll. I have like very few stats on this character. This is the least RPG I've ever played. There's no stats on my character. Wait, why am I going north? I need to be going south. I need an auto run button. Where's the auto run button? Settings, key bindings, movement. Let's see. Toggle run. Can I put that to R? To move up. Yeah, let's move up. Move up and down is R and F. Oh. Really? Huh. I've never really thought about moving up. Auto move forward. R is toggle. No. Auto move forward is numlock. Oh. I guess that works. That's right. Tammy knows what Phil's going to do because Phil doesn't like puzzles. Now, you can just go out. So you can just go out and explore and make. You can make marks on your map. The only thing that bothers me a titch is that it looks like there's a limit of 5 pins that you can do, personal pins. But as long as the auto pins, now that doesn't include the auto pins. If the auto pins are well done, then it's probably not so much of an issue. Meditation pillar. Ooh. Earns 50 first time you completed. Meditate. You have learned a recipe, meditation number 1. Receive the unarmed combo available from it. Oh, so you meditate here. And it takes like 12 seconds. Oh, but you got to use salt. So you can't just spam. I was like, oh, I'm just going to spam it. Oh, wait. I would do one more because I get a second unarmed combo each day. So you could totally go monk. Totally thing. Oh, wait. Punch, punch, barrage. Final step. It only takes a mushroom? Oh, well. She's just going to do things. Did I receive it? I don't think I got a pop-up saying I received it. Maybe there's only a chance that I get it. There we go. Oh, final step deals 40. Oh gosh. Gee whiz willikers. What if I do this one now? I mean, this just takes mushrooms. I have lots of mushrooms. Should just become a monk. Oh, I sold my strawberry. Okay. Well, it's probably good for me to stop that. I'll be there all night. So if I unequip this, and let me see. So this combo stuff it's talking about. Is that underneath my skills? Meditation. Oh, abilities, info, reports. Unarmed combat skill. Unarmed. Punch, front kick, barrage, cobra strike. Unfortunately, I don't see the little combo thing it was talking about. Ooh, what's this? Smithing, surveying, carpentry. So these are like the stalls you'd see in like Ultima Online player stalls, right? I think these might be player stalls. I'm not sure, but that's what they look like to me. Quest skills miscellaneous. Player rented stalls. Huh. Boy, that's kind of interesting. Oops. Oh, I have artwork for this character, Tammy. I don't know if Hob is still with us, too. Boom. What do you think? Haha. Let's see. Overflow area. Oh, I left the character kind of in an awkward place there. There we go. May have to flip it around a little. Shop tracking golem. Huh. Hey, Iron Chef. Yeah, I've been meaning to tell somebody. Somebody on the YouTube comments had mentioned you should really play this, and I never went back and told them. I actually streamed it yesterday. I should have gone back and told them that I streamed it yesterday. Oh, well, there's a strawberry bush, and there's a chicken. Hey, chicken, what you doing there, chicken? I like how the strawberry bush is literally in the walkway here, right? Oh, seriously? Oh, rude. So, all the mushrooms I foraged didn't count as foraging. What about this apple tree? You could call that appleology and it won't count for foraging? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm watching you, game. Got my eye on you. And squeak. Hello, piggy. I just love like the kick and just the awkward physics in the kick are just chef's kiss. Yeah, I figured out how to learn psychology. I got a psychology book, but it says I need 1 skill point before I can learn the book, and I've not seen how to unlock that just yet. Then there was this dream, there's this dream gate right outside the town, and there's this dream lady there. It's like, oh, you need to kill 50 of these guys. Then it's going to summon a boss, and then you're going to you're going to need to fight them. And she basically implied heavily that you're going to want a group, right? Do you know about that? Like, do you need to have groups to play and enjoy this game, or can you enjoy most of it solo? Chef, sounds like you're kind of familiar with it. By the way, welcome to the stream. I should say welcome to people more often. I'm so rude. I'm getting lots of cartography just running around here. Kind of an interesting rock formation over here. Unarmed, I'm doing just because I found this meditation stone, and it taught me this unarmed combos, I think. So I'm like, okay, let me give those a shot. Well, this wolf is tough. Here, that my unarmed just doesn't do a lot of damage, which is quite possible. Whew, that was getting a little sketchy there. Place only daily dungeons need a group. Wonder if that dream thing was a daily dungeon. But anywho, Oh, those start level 30 are mandatory. Just a good way to make money. Ow. Oh gosh. Oh no 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 run. Run, 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 run. We are, that is above the pay grade. That is above the pay grade. Oh, give me a break. Go away. No, stay away from me. Tiger feels vulnerable. I feel vulnerable. How far? Come on, really? No. Oh my gosh, I think he finally gave up. Oh, that was close. That was real close to Phil rage quitting. All right, so Phil will be like, rawr. Where, oh, I thought I ate. You're starving. Well, that's lovely. I could have swore I had eaten. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get that health back, I suppose. So there's this event civil service thing, right? Iron Chef. And I was like, and it's right there in the town, and it kind of throws up in front of you. Now, there is also a main story quest as well, but the event civil service seems like an interesting side thing to do. It promises lots of rewards. So I'm like, let me go check that out. And it said to go to the crypt. So I kind of looked that up. I might have looked it up online because I don't like wandering around aimlessly for a billion years. And it looks like it is way yonder out here somewhere, this crypt. But also implied it might be above my pay grade. It said like the crypt might be like level. Oh yeah, look, there's level 82 tigers. It doesn't even tell me what the level of the tiger is, but I'm pretty sure that tiger's above my pay grade. That's probably the crypt over there, but it's probably all above my pay grade. Oh, there's a Rakasha. Oh, you can come back to that tree in 5 minutes. It'll be all good to go again. Maybe I could take on this skeleton. I'm a little confused how to do the combos too, because I don't think I really see the combos really kind of come into play here. Oh, here's Combo Master, Punch Master. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, he stunned me. That's rude. Uppercut, flip, and then a punch. But I don't think I have a flip. Let's see. A kick? Oh, he's dead now. Daily combo. Kick, punch, kick. Oh, well, we don't want to fight two of those guys. Well, maybe I could. This one's only got 48 hit points. I think I might be punching above my weight here. Yeah, that's not going to end well. I need to do unarmed combat better. No, there we go. Sigh. Let me guess, that puts me way back in town, I imagine. Sure as hell does. Sigh. That's the part of some of these MMOs I really don't like. So I'm a little, I guess what? I don't know what's the best way to kind of level up, I guess. I need to watch Phil's videos on how to level up in this game. That brain bugs were infested super made by Davos. Find out where they're coming from, most prevalent to the north. So search from someone, this is part of it. Find someone who knows about brain bugs. So this is one of those like very vague clues that I love to give in games like this, right? Like, oh, but they're not going to mark it on the map. You don't know who to talk to. There's a lot of people. Dalvo somewhere in Sebule. So it should be somewhere in this massive town. Well, these are the shopkeepers who've been here before. Why are we all kind of staring around here? Storage books. Tracks where you stored your items. Oh, there's a Dreamwell chest. Dreamwell chest. Comfortable bed. Power nap. Yeah, power nap. You must be getting closer. Oh, I wonder what that was. Iron Chef, you still with me? Tammy Hobgob? Man, my power naps are like 20 minutes. This one's like 20 seconds. Poetry. Creepy bird perch. Oh, is this the paintings that used to be generated by AI that everyone's having a grape nut show about? Thugsy. Future Duke. Framer. Are you here to learn some of my cooking techniques? I think I've been here before. Larson, welcome. Can I interest you in something exotic? Did you hear the humans want to collect taxes from us? That would be absurd. Select a favor to complete. I haven't been able to find a decent topaz in this mirror. Okay, it's my favorite gem. Could you get me one? Why don't you get it yourself? Where am I supposed to get a topaz at? What do I look like? I don't even know what to do right. People just like, hey, will you get this for me? Rewards, 100% favor. I don't want... I'm looking for information. I'm not looking to do more favors for people. Well, I think we might have scared away Iron Chef, which is a shame. Oh, what is this, a barber? It's guaranteed to remain anonymous as such entity for revelation. Okay. Guild chest. Alright. Grindstone from a windmill. A pig gave me a topaz? Do I have a topaz? I think I have a topaz. Isn't it topaz blue? Raw chicken, mushrooms, pig feet. Got a ring augment. Got an amethyst. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so obviously definitely not one of those games that explains itself very well. So let's see, new player guide, Project Gorgon. You need 6,000 money to get riding at Hogan's Keep and Edibule Keep walking. Yeah, right. My brain's fried too. Oh, you can look up anything in the game with a wiki and a term. It's like Guild Wars in that respect. It's just going to open up the wiki on the website. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 does the same thing. Like, they act like it's a big, huge in-game help, when really it just opens up the wiki website. I mean, I guess that's convenient for people who don't know how to keep a Chrome thing open at the same time they're playing their video game, but I don't know. Yeah, so he wants a topaz. Yeah, get the life out of the ground. You'll beg me to tell you secrets. Okay, Mushroomy Jack has a mushroom loose. Got it. So bored. I'm quite rich. I'm quite rich, but I'm bored. I leave by, well, the details are probably. Let's just say I'm not going back to Verte anytime soon. But I brought quite a lot of items up. I know for some I'm extremely bored. Where do I fit in? Well, I have a long list of ideas that might alleviate my boredom, at least help this town be less boring. I'll give you a task for now. If you complete, I'll give you a random trinket for my bags. You can come back after an hour, so I'll give you a new task. Keep tuning down until I'm stop being bored. Is culture. Culture demands patrons, so help me foster some culture. Go tip people. Give them at least 10 councils apiece. Nobody likes cheapskate. Use the tip command to tip players. For a minute, you could tip Bob 10. Okay. But you can't do that in the demo version because that's trading with the player. So he gave me a quest to do. Get a pig stout. You need a pretty good skin in you. Though I was never good at skinning. Oh my gosh, the tigers. So you have to go kill the tigers. These beginning quests are not easy. So, those gloves look like they're better health, better armor. Yeah, that armor looks better, but it doesn't have the extra bonuses that my thing gives. Your council 600. What do you think, Tammy? You think you're ready to buy this game now? Is this convincing you to buy the game? Whatever you want. There's a couple of farmers out there trying to make this world and produce food. You can see if they need any help. No. It's not a Tammy game. Why is it not a Tammy game? He ran out. The NPC, did he run out? I was talking to that NPC and he ran out. Your items to a realm before you'll be able to get back. This is different. Your items will be stored in the realm between realms, and you'll be able to get back at any council city. Yeah. 10 items. Okay. Interesting. Cancel certificate. It's for deal for 1,000 count. Oh, so it's like a banknote, but it costs you 1,150 to get it. Huh. Well, I will say I can see why I can see why newer games such as World of Warcraft do better with the vast majority of people. Because, yeah, I feel a bit lost. Obviously, if I walk around and talk to enough people, I'll be able to figure out and suss out what to kind of do next. And eventually, I'll slowly work my way up. If I just don't find a guide to help guide me through. But, yeah, it's definitely an opaque, definitely an opaque game. And for some people, that's a selling point. It's interesting, if nothing else. All right, guys, I gotta go into bed. Tammy, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I think you're the only one who's actively watching, but thank you so much. I will catch you guys later, probably on Sunday or definitely by Monday. So we'll see how the crow flies. But I'm gonna head to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, may God bless you. I mean, after the delay. You always have to wait a minute for the delay. So much delay. I think that little thing just floated. Well, it's supposed to be a purple ball. Now it's turned white or something. It's weird. Whoa. Whoa.